turn this music off. How y'all doing tonight? What's up, bro?
What's up with it, bro?
Man, another day. Another day.
I still look twisted.
You look good to me.
All right, fuck it. Yeah, what's the word?
Man, is it?
You went to work today?
Yeah, I went up there for a hot second.
Oh.
Hot second. I didn't really have to. I let some people schedule some appointments, and they're trying to collect a few dollars before we start tricking off tomorrow for Valentine's Day.
Bro, I forgot it was tomorrow. I ain't celebrating that shit. I don't celebrate that shit, man.
Y'all going to eat or something, bro. I don't want to hear it. Y'all do that all the time, though. It's Valentine's every day.
Yeah.
At the night residence.
Friday. I'm jumping in the truck.
The kids out of school, too?
Yeah, I'm jumping in the truck. They'll figure something out. I ain't even going to be around. Damn, I just thought about it. I ain't even going to be around. We're in the truck. She going to work. We got bills, bro.
Man,
we ain't got time for that shit, man. We got bills.
I just seen on the news today, they officially made today Galentine's Day.
What is that? For the guys?
For the girls.
So they get 2 days?
Bro, I guess Valentine's Day is for couples.
That's some sucker shit, man. But it's Galentine's Day, so it's just... Man.
They just keep us in the store. That's all it is. They just keep us in the store.
I'm not, man.
You ain't with it?
No. No, I'm not going to keep jumping out there for everything these people done made up, man. No.
That's all it is.
Easter and all that, no. I'm not doing nothing,
My boy
man.
said Easter, y'all. Forgive us.
Nah, I ain't doing nothing, man. I don't celebrate none of that shit.
Just an excuse to go spend some money, huh?
Yeah, I just told Layla yesterday. She talked about the school. She got to do this and do that to get candy, bring something for the school for Valentine's Day. Man, tell them people we don't celebrate holidays, man. Her grandmother had to cash out for her some bread to go get some candy. I ain't doing nothing, man. No.
Said Papa over here being a Grinch.
No. We don't celebrate nothing.
Damn. You was in the church today?
Nah. I'm going to jump in there tonight. I'm a night owl, man. I like driving through the night.
We were just talking about you at the gym. Said, man, the group chat be jumping at 4 a.m. I said, damn,
Yeah, I'll be up. If I fall asleep, I'm waking up 3, 4 in the morning, bro.
Right.
Faithfully.
You get right to it, too.
Waking up 3, 4 in the morning, man. Yeah, I like driving through the night, man. There won't be no
Less
traffic. Yeah, there won't be no traffic. I'll be flying all through Atlanta. Noonan and Monroe to Jefferson, back to Noonan. I do that joint like 4-5 hour clip. I done did 3 loads.
Nice.
Yeah, bro. Be rocking out.
And then by the time rush hour traffic come, you
yeah,
back
I'm
in the
slowing
crib.
down.
Yeah.
I might have one more load to do, and then like you said, I'm back in my car probably around like 9-10. I go to Milk and Honey, give me something to eat, or Hungry AF.
Okay.
Or Harold's.
Okay.
I'll be messing with Harold's brunch too.
So that's your route over there.
Well, that's when I was drinking. I don't drink no more. I used to post at Harold's. I used to go up there and drink and give me chicken waffles and some eggs or something. Post up at Harold's.
I was thinking about asking you that. I was like, yo, so when your next month or two is up, you going back to it or you done?
Nah, I'm done, bro.
Okay.
I'm done.
You ain't even missing it.
Them people took $20K from me, man. That's the only way I'm gonna get that back.
Yeah.
Man, I'm done for life.
Yeah.
I'm so mad at that shit. I'm
I
still
ain't
mad.
at you.
I got an attitude. I got an attitude with alcohol.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
Word up. I got an attitude with alcohol, period. And these people, and the system. Man. I'm mad at everybody.
And they don't even, that's what it be. They don't be wanting your freedom or your license. They want the money about you.
I would have gave that to them. Why they locked me up? For 7 days, that shit hurt. I lost $10,000 in that week. Damn. Went backwards, bro. Went backwards. I gave a nigga $2,500 just to give me a court date.
Damn.
Went backwards, bro. Same day. They locked me up Monday. Monday night. I sent about Tuesday morning, early Tuesday morning. I might have still been Monday, but either way, by Tuesday, he had $2,500 just to give me a court date, man. I can't stay in here, bro.
Right.
I can't stay in here. I gotta book these loads and shit.
It's all the money grab. Everybody getting paid. Lawyer.
Man, he got me in there that following Monday. Then you know it was Christmas.
I remember.
Then New Year's right there, man. What?
Here.
No, I ain't got time to play with y'all. I know I'm liable to be in here till the end of January.
Yeah.
Man, I'd have lost my whole business messing around.
Facts.
Still got to pay insurance. I pay $10,000 a month in insurance.
Everything still do.
Everything still do. Nah, I gotta get up out of here, bro. I just gotta take that lick, take that hit. You know what I mean? Then all the other shit they added, I'm paying for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's gonna be over in March. Never again. Never got worried about. I don't know how niggas be on their third, fourth DUI. You crazy?
You got a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. You're an alcoholic.
Facts.
Or who you got in the building? I see somebody.
They ain't announced they said, oh yeah, my man said, what's up?
Yeah, we gotta get Maine a hoodie, man.
Yeah. He been solid.
What up, man?
Man, what size you need, bro? Medium? It's medium.
Nah, hell no. They ain't gotta get a large.
You gotta get a large.
Fuck yeah.
Boy, it's 2025. Nobody wear them big ass clothes no more, bro.
That's what that's what got Meech looking crazy, man. Trying to fit in with the young niggas, man.
No, we
I
can't.
just told my brother and them that I saw that nigga in some tight ass jeans, man.
No.
Talking about my shits be baggy. Nah, nigga, my shit straight leg. that shit tight. That shit you got on tight, nigga. He keep letting Rel dress him, Rel and all.
Man said he's stuck in the 90s. All right, bro.
Me too, man.
I got extra large for you.
Me too, man. I'm stuck in the 90s too. They ain't gonna get me out the 90s.
We
in the
done
early
with
2000s.
the 90s, bro.
90s and the early 2000s, bro. I ain't going to the tight stuff.
I got you, fam.
But yo, man, let's get to it, man. You know what it is.
The coming home party concert been canceled.
The big homie of big homies, man. Let's see where Josh at. The big homie of big homies, man.
I didn't understand the concert in the first place. I wasn't with it.
I think I guess he's trying to get some money.
Is it a fundraiser?
Sell some tickets. He might as well have did a GoFundMe.
Right.
He probably would have been better off with a GoFundMe.
Right.
No.
No, do what everybody else do. Go on Uncle Shay, whoever be paying Charleston White will pay Big Meech for interviews. Go get you 20, 30, 40,000 to interview.
Yeah, but one interview is over. He can't
keep
keep going. Yeah, he can't keep going from place to place to place. He would have to
So that first one got to be a big one.
Yeah, he would have to start talking about niggas. He got to start. Yeah, he would have to, talk about niggas.
He's still stuck on whatever year he left. He's still stuck on that. Can't stay out that club. Can't stay out that strip club. Want to be in hip hop.
Yeah, because the most he gonna get is 10,000, 20, maybe dub or something.
You think so?
He should just start his own podcast.
That part.
He should just start his own podcast. You know what I'm saying? Put the cash up there, sell some merch.
For sure.
Maybe him and his son. Nah, I'll probably leave his son out. Because then he could just go up there and talk his shit and talk about niggas he knew through the industry or whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
And have niggas pull up. Niggas will pull up to his podcast.
For a fact.
Niggas will pull up. Niggas will call in, all type, streaming and all that. I think he better off with the podcast.
Yeah. So party canceled. We ain't get the whys yet. Will we ever get the why? 50 said he ain't had nothing to do with it.
They probably ain't selling no tickets. How much was the tickets? That's a good question. How much was the tickets? Where Van at? How much was the tickets, man? That's where he at. How much was the tickets?
If it was in Atlanta, you would have pulled up?
No.
No, you ain't fucking with it.
Hell no. Them days over, man. And you couldn't tell me I wasn't part of BMF.
Get the
They could convince me I wasn't being Sauce. You could convince us we wasn't BMF niggas. Ain't no near nigga in BMF.
Not near one of them, huh?
You couldn't tell us we wasn't BMF, bro.
Get out of here.
But yeah, I would have never pulled up to that shit. I want to know how much the tickets were.
I ain't understand the lineup. Some of those guys weren't even born when Meech was moving and shaking. They had 42 Doug, but he from Detroit, so I could see why he was on there.
Yeah, it don't matter because he a legend.
Yeah.
He a legend in the black culture. So them niggas rap about everybody else.
Fact.
Niggas rap about John Gotti, and then John Gotti would have spit in them niggas' face.
Fact. Right. Can't even eat in his restaurant.
Meech party canceled, man. The day of. I just seen them niggas. I just seen a clip of them talking about Little Meech walking through the mall, talking about yo, it's on, we outside, all this, and Rick Ross just posted something too, saying pulling the Jets is landing.
That's wicked.
I didn't even look that up. I wonder. Damn, I wasn't even thinking about that. How much is them tickets? Were them tickets?
Yeah, I can't even. It's not been taken down. I can't even see what the prices was. Somebody know though.
Yeah, but what y'all think, man? What y'all think, man? I'm not surprised. I'm really not. And I hate that I'm laughing, but it is funny to me. For some reason. It's funny. Oh, pull on Nora up.
Oh.
It is funny to me. Who was I just? Damn, I forgot.
Hi.
Welcome.
How y'all doing?
What's up, Nora?
You can
Good.
find cheap Big Meech Miami tickets for as low as $117. Just on SeatGeek.
117 ain't bad. I expected $100 per person. Yeah, I expected that. You see they canceled the concert, Noah?
No, who? Big Meech concert?
Big Meech, yeah. Why you sound so low?
I sound low. Give me a sec.
Yo, you up now.
It's good now?
Yeah.
Man said it was 89 to 315.
89 to 315. What's 315? You must get a bottle or something, or like what they got seats?
Bro,
Close?
Shit, your shit must come with one of them stamps they used to have on the packages. 315. I'm on stage. I ain't even playing.
Was it at a venue or it was at Rick Ross' house, right?
I don't know.
But
They
yeah,
didn't
Meech,
say why it was canceled?
Big Meech party canceled, man. It was tonight.
They didn't say why?
50 Cent.
Did
Nah,
they?
I don't know. Nah, they said for unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah. Ticket sales.
I don't know why I'm laughing. I don't know, man. Shit is just entertaining.
But I think 50 messed it up. He said how they feel about Meech. He not even gonna be there. He can't come outside after 6 o'clock.
Maybe he got a pass though. I want to know about that too. Maybe he got a pass. The nigga can't come out. He's still in the halfway house, ain't he?
As far as I know.
But he's out there. He lives out there.
He live in Miami.
Yeah, I think he lives out there.
Okay.
So
Ain't that where he got arrested at?
he probably did. I can't remember where he got actually arrested.
I know they tried to run from Atlanta.
He if he lived out there, he probably could have got a pass. That's work.
Yeah.
Or maybe he didn't. maybe the people shut it down.
Changed their mind.
So he was beefing with 50.
Yeah.
Because Cameron said his probation officer pulled him in and asked him about that beef with 50 when they was beefing.
Right.
Damn sure did.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
his PO asked him to come in, was asking him about that shit and all that.
He said, man, that
So
shit ain't
maybe,
about nothing.
maybe Parole was like, yo, man, what you got going on with this dude? I don't know.
Meech was,
Meech is done.
in my opinion, he was dead wrong for even entertaining Rick Ross. Rick Ross better not call my phone.
Hey, what you think about that, Noah? What you think?
I'm not caught up with this beef at all. I just keep reading. I didn't even know how Rick Ross got involved in this shit, so I'm gonna just shut up.
Him and 50 been beefing. So everybody know 50 and Ross got beef for the past, since
10
probably like
years,
07, 08 or something.
Right, or more.
For a minute. So 50 done took Little Meech, put him in the BMF series, sent him, paid for him to go to acting school,
For
did
2
all this
years.
shit for your son. You locked up doing a 30-year sentence. 50 said, your family done made $5 million messing with me,
Legally.
legally. He done gave your son a career. You come home and decide to do something with, I guess, with Ross, do some business with Ross,
Mm.
and then shit hit the fan. You know what I mean? 50 don't. 50, everybody know 50 petty. He don't, and he ain't with that. You got to choose a side when you. I
Why would,
guess
why would he choose Rick Ross? Like he had something, he knew he was tight with Rick Ross from before this whole thing, or
nah, no, no, he don't. He ain't, you know what I mean? Nah.
What's up, Josh?
What y'all said?
50 shut the concert down. You see what he did to Ja Rule.
I thought 50 might have did that, pulled that same move, Josh. I thought 50 probably was gonna buy like 100 tickets, probably 50 tickets. But I was like, nah, that's putting money in their pocket. So, you know what I mean? At least Ja Rule tickets, he said he got off Groupon. So they was only like $10. They probably was only like $10. But I would have never did that. Even if Meech felt the way, maybe they fell out a year or two before Meech came home or something like that. I still would have never did that.
It don't make sense.
Yeah, I still would have never did that. Just cause
This ain't selfish.
yeah. It was I would have never done it, bro.
Right.
You would have went on it and messed with him, Noah?
no? Anybody did anything for your kid, no matter what happened between you, if he's an ally to your kid, he's gonna be an ally to you for good, no matter what happened between you and him. Like he helped your kid when he was locked up.
Um um my bad, this dude just texted me that shit. I definitely would have never did it. I definitely would have never did it.
But we was at the gym, folks was arguing that 50 Cent is wrong
For what?
because it's business. He said they saying 50 taking it personal, but they should stick to business. They should, it shouldn't matter who Michi
Okay, so yeah,
associated
that's
with.
what they were saying. They saying it's business and Meech his own man, and if he decide to go deal with dude, this, that, and the third, I don't get it. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like that has nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
You can still be your own man and all these things and show some kind of loyalty and character
Yeah.
towards someone who did what they did for your family while you was facing 30 years. I would never come home and be in my feelings like that about nah.
And people in that income bracket in general, like you already got 5 million for your family from that show. Like you're in a position to choose loyalty. You're not desperate for business. You're in a position to choose your values and prioritize that over money and business.
And to keep going, man.
Yeah.
To keep going like that's a career. That's a career that don't stop for your son.
Yeah.
So it's just
Got
no
him
way.
a side character role.
Um
And then it was Ross being genuine or he just fucking with 50?
who knows? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Ross, that might have been a play for Ross, for real.
Okay.
And use Meech. That makes Meech more of a clown. That makes him more of a clown. Happy birthday, Tony. Leave my coffee alone, too. That makes him more of a clown, bro.
And it was a bad business move anyway, so man agree with us.
That makes him more of a clown. They done. Like I said last week. Meech and them finished.
People like the drama though, so it'll go on for a minute.
It's nothing. Is what can they do? Where they go from here?
We gonna be about to find out.
Where they go from here? Yeah.
Cause you went down. Let's say you went down there for the business opportunity. Now the shit canceled, so now it ain't no money. So do Rick Ross just toss him something, or Meech got pride and he a boss, so he want to earn his own money.
I guess it just seems.
See, that's the problem with men. They can never take back a move like that. Like now he gonna have to stick by this position, no matter how many
He
times
gotta
he did
ride
it
it out now.
wrong. He
Yeah.
gonna always stick by that position because a man's pride will never let him go back on something he did or said.
Yeah.
And then Lil Meech reached out to 50, and 50 leaked the text messages. So
Oh,
now
I
Lil,
saw that shit. That's what I saw this week. That was
hey,
crazy.
he
What
the
he said?
king of petty. So no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He,
Um,
here come damn Kurt with these damn Newport 400s.
There you go. You already started on me. I ain't said nothing.
I like the American flag, Kurt. Look like a
You know,
MAGA shirt to me.
no, I'm a veteran. I got American flags all up around my house. Remember, I was in the military. My father was in the military. My granddaddy was in the military. My son is in the military. So I mean, you know,
Bloodline of military, huh?
a whole 4 generations.
BG, how is this man talking about? I just pulled up the text that he sent. He said, "Fuck Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season start." This kid spent all his money. How are we talking about bills?
Yeah, yeah, he spent that.
That's crazy.
Well, I seen he because he was chasing that jewelry. I
Yeah.
saw where he was chasing that
Sell that
jewelry.
shit. At least it's jewelry, not clothes. You could sell that.
He was getting rich. He was trying to get rich at Millie's.
That's
And
crazy.
this another thing I was explaining to dudes, man. How much you really think they getting paid? Ghost Ben let y'all know that he was broke, and that's Ghost
He's
from the
star of the
Power.
show, right.
What they get like 20,000 a episode, maybe. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta be a big dog. Terrence Howard and them, Taraji and them broke.
Yeah,
Terrence Howard said they ain't make no money off all them shows they did.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Empire and all that. And that was syndicated on national TV.
On Fox.
Yeah, them episodes don't make no bread like that. You really gotta be, you know what I'm saying? And your joint gotta be popping. But he still made money.
He still made seven
He
figures
definitely
Good money.
made
Yeah.
it.
He still
I don't
made
know how
good
he
money,
made
but he
the
fucked it
million.
up.
because he was doing appearances,
Yeah.
like walkthroughs and all that
That's
stuff.
what I said. I'd have been taking everything. $5,000, $10,000 appearances. I'd have been taking everything.
He came to Buffalo. He did a walkthrough at one of Benny's shows.
Man, I'd have got 50. I'd have been making 50,000 a month just doing appearances.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I'd have started rapping and everything.
Anything.
Yeah, yeah. Clothing line, come over to clothing line or something. There's a
He's
lot of
worth
things he could have did.
he's worth 10 million.
Who?
Lil Meech in 2024, his net worth is estimated to be between 8 to 10 million, according to Heartland.
Nah, I doubt that.
And I was worth a life.
Who buys a chain for 500,000 if you don't got at least 5 million? How you buy a chain for 500,000? You think he had a million and spent half his money on a chain?
And now his dad wearing it. Yeah,
Um,
they fucking with him about that too.
and you
Yeah.
wearing your son jewelry. And you wearing your son jewelry. Kendrick Lamar breaks Michael Jackson record
But the most views at the
by
halftime
400
show,
by 400,000 views.
he broke it by 400,000.
Michael Jackson had the record for most watched halftime show.
Okay.
Yep.
I feel like it was just on the news a lot with the whole like Lil Wayne beef. Like I feel like everybody just was waiting for it. Like it was
No, what it was is that when Michael Jackson did it, they didn't have all of this streaming and stuff like that. You could stream the Super Bowl from your phone in the car. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how they do that comparison. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, it was just doing television. It was just the number of people that was looking at television. Kendrick Lamar got streamed from social media and different things like that. So,
The back then the people was more invested in the person they was supporting. Yeah. Because people had to really go out their house, go buy CDs, go purchase your record. They had to go to the store and
Had to
really
really
buy your
support
joint.
you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now people just streaming. You'll get a stream just from somebody scrolling down and you know what I mean? Playing, let me see what this sound like. But it take like 1,500 streams for one album.
yeah. So, but I mean, I don't see the comparison. You know what I'm saying? They comparing then to now. That's like comparing uh, your iPhone to a rotary. It's different times.
Yeah, they always gonna do that. Um,
Numbers game.
A record is a record.
what else we got in the Oh, Gilly says Jay-Z only invite black celebs to the brunch to stay the gatekeeper, to show the white people, his billionaire friends, that he's the gatekeeper.
He said he only smile in the pictures with the other billionaire. He said you gotta have 500 million for him to smile in your picture.
Yeah, I think Jay-Z is playing gatekeeper.
You think he got
What
too
he
much?
gatekeeping?
Huh?
What is he gatekeeping? I didn't even get that.
I guess the music industry and the NFL thing. Jay-Z is behind the Super Bowl
Yeah,
halftime show. He's in charge of that.
yeah.
I guess the music industry. I mean, 21 Savage didn't he get deported? Then they lock him up. They was gonna deport him or something. They called Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Jay-Z got him in there. Lil Wayne, Jay-Z handled
Paid
his
taxes.
his tax issues. Jay-Z is definitely the gatekeeper, and he pick and choose who he mess with.
Right.
He don't mess with everybody.
Jay-Z from Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, he from Marcy. He from the Star.
Wait, was he behind? Did he help Meek get out of jail too? He was behind that.
I don't know why Meech got out 10 years early.
No, Meek Mill.
Yeah, yup. He was with Meek. Yeah, him. Beyonce was standing behind Meek too. Yeah, he was behind that too. Sonya Massey. Family got $10 million.
Wrongful death.
Yup.
Who is that?
Remember the
one
lady that got killed in her
out of water.
apartment with the boiling water by the police in Chicago?
Rebuke them in the name of Jesus.
You don't remember that, Kurt?
I mean, I sort of kind of remember, but enlighten me. What happened?
Got shot by a police officer. She was just holding a pot of boiling water. I forgot why the police were called to her house, but she was in her house. Do you guys remember why the police were called to her house?
Did the police officer get
And she
convicted?
called. She the one
Yeah,
that
he got
called the police.
convicted. He definitely got fired, but he got convicted of something, or he's on trial. He definitely got some sort of charge for it.
Yeah, I
But he
haven't
just
heard
shot her
what
point blank.
happened.
She was just holding a boiling pot of water. A mother of, I think, 4 or 5 kids. She was holding a boiling pot of water. He just shot her, and like her last words were, "I rebuke
And
you."
she the one that called the police. She said somebody was outside the house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the one that called the police.
Yup.
We've been getting killed like that for the last 500 years. They've been doing that.
So is the money enough though?
No.
They don't care. Obviously, it ain't coming out.
What y'all think? What you think, Kurt? 10 million?
I think she should have got the maximum, as much as she can get. The 10 million is cool, but
Let me add this. Let me add this part to it too. Her family was having issues with her too, cause she was like mentally, disturbed. She was gone, so her family was having issues. Her family called the police on her a few times.
But
she
that
was
doesn't
wilding.
give him the right to go in there and just shoot her dead, cause
No,
she
I'm
got.
not justifying that. I'm just saying I'm adding that to it to let you know what the family was going through as well with her, and they just received $10 million. I'm not. Nothing's gonna justify what the police did. Nothing.
Right. So $10 million, you can't put a price on that woman's life.
No.
Is it what they got? Yeah, okay. That's what they got. It should be him. They should put him in the penitentiary for life.
What
And
about
let him-
George Floyd? What about George Floyd? George Floyd's daughter, his family got they got some shit. Cause I think Barbara Streisand or somebody gave her stock in Walt Disney. A lot of shares or something of Walt Disney or something. Then he got 20. The family ended up with $50-70 million or something like
They
that.
got more than 50. I think every single incident should end up with at least 50 million because
George Floyd money family got some
10 million is
bread,
nothing.
Yeah, they said they settled for 27 million.
and
But
it
they
was
got
more than
other-
that. That was one settlement, and then they got some bread from something else. I think I think Black Lives Matter, that whole movement, they might have got like 30 million from them too. But anyway, even all right, say let's say 30 million altogether. Um,
So what did the Palestinians get? They've been getting shot down and killed by the police state.
they gotta take that up with Noah and their government.
No, I think if
No,
yeah,
what I'm saying was the
10 million is crazy for an incident
yeah
like
the
this.
10
Yeah,
Like
that
million.
don't got nothing to do with the American government. We can't even say what the Palestinians should get. They getting
what do you mean? When Trump was talking about the land of Gaza, when he was asked about purchasing it, he said, "No, what do you mean purchase it? It has no value. It's just rubble." When it comes to Palestinian land, they act like the acres of land itself is worthless. Like if it's not straight up skyscrapers, they could just buy that land for free. Like that's like eminent domain shit on like steroids because you're literally saying these acres of lands with all these olive trees that people have grown for hundreds and hundreds of years, they're worthless because according to Trump, that's just rubble that he can just take. He doesn't have to pay money to buy it, even though it's acres and acres and acres of land the size of Manhattan.
all right. So
But I was saying about
we
the 10 million is like a slap in the face because it don't
Yeah,
deter the behavior. The money not coming from the cop, the police department. It come we paying the shit, or even
yeah,
the citizens in that state paying it.
exactly. And
it's
that's
coming out their budget though.
The-
It that should be hurting them. Them people be mad. Like the people that over the budget
how
and
much is
shit,
it
and the
hurting them? How much
lieutenants
is
of the precincts and all that, they do be mad because it's coming out their budget. You know, they lose their bonuses and shit. That shit coming out their budget,
the actual
it's like
cop
one case per
suffer.
year. Is it
but
more than one
that's
case
what
per year? Ends up in that
that's what the
settlement.
whole when everybody was saying Trump when Trump was saying that what he was saying about the police is gonna be uh fuck what he was
Immune
He's
to
saying
giving them immunity.
prosecution.
when he was giving them immunity, right?
Yeah,
That's one of the things he was talking about. So the police can't be sued or whatever, whatever. So that's one of the things he was talking
that's
about.
one of his
But
like three worst takes.
but Trump was talking about the Palestinian land. So I mean, it's already rebels. What you all right, so what you want them to do? Pay
No,
for
it's
it?
land. Rubble is land.
All
It's
right. What
owned
you
by
want
the
them to do
people.
though? You want them to pay for it? I see y'all
He
want to get into
actually
this.
wants to
Y'all
pay
want to
for
get
it.
into this
You
Palestinian
want
shit
to
early.
jump straight to it,
Yeah,
don't
y'all
you?
want shit. Y'all don't want.
A lot
We
to
all right.
talk
So we
about.
done with the nigga shit. All right, that's fine. we done with the nigga shit. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the politics and all this. All this that's fine. So what you
I
want them
didn't
to do?
start
Pay
it.
for the
They
land?
started.
We done with the nigga shit. Yeah, what y'all want them to do? Pay for the land?
We don't want him to pay for the land, but it's just the mentality of you saying this land is worthless is just so like insane. Like no president has ever had rhetoric like that. Like he could just be seizing shit because it's worthless to him. These people walked 12 hours walking on foot, old people, young people, babies from Egypt to Gaza, from Jordan to Gaza to go back to that rubble. And you gonna really say that rubble is worth nothing and you could just take it? Why did they walk 12 hours? They had places to stay, they had shelters, they had tents, they had shelters in Egypt and in Jordan. Why did they walk 12 hours to go back to their land? Because they planted these trees for like 500 years because they have their mosques, they have their like it's like the holy sites are all still intact. That place is still very important to Palestinians. You can't just say we destroyed the buildings and now it's rubble. Like it's obviously all an intentional plan to just destroy the land and then suddenly you don't even gotta buy it. It's free. It's just free
It could
land.
have been.
Such
I
a good.
agree. It could have been intentional, but you still got to realize that that same white boy you talking about did that in his own country. He did that to his own land. They did that here. Everything they do in the yard, they did here first. They did that here. They bombed black people.
At the end of the day,
Right
every
here.
single incident that happens with black people, like the George Floyd incident, the Sonya Massey, every single one of these should have led to at least a year. And the Sonya Massey, like the family and the attorneys are doing that. Like they're still pushing hard even after this settlement or whatever. They're not gonna stop there. But it's like every single time this happens, it's supposed to be a push forwards to not accept 10 million settlements, not accept that bullshit, to keep pushing for reparations. Every single one of these incidents, if you give as a settlement more than 50 million or at least 50 million plus like land and benefits like that, that could be some form of reparation, even if it's done on a one by one basis. And it could just get us
Well, you
somewhere. But like that's just the only way it's working in America for black people because nobody's actually rioting and protesting and that actively pursuing freedom from oppression unless a crazy ordeal happens like George Floyd
It's
or.
not. It's not. Okay, so like you said, unless something crazy like George Floyd happened, they did all that. They rioted. They protested. They burnt shit down.
Yeah, people got fired.
George Floyd family got money, and that was it.
It was over with.
You don't get nothing from protesting. That's why you be like, oh, you already defeated. Da, da, da. I've seen this time and time again. You don't get nothing from protesting. My people been protesting and marching and walking miles forever.
100 years.
How you think the 13th Amendment came to be? You think it was just one day overnight, black people just all united and just
Which amendment?
change is incremental. The 13th Amendment, the Emancipation Proclamation. Do you think
Okay.
it was incremental? Change is never going to happen overnight. Change is never going to happen.
So how you think that amendment came to be?
That's your history. That ain't mine. You tell me.
I don't know. I don't know how it came to be neither.
My history-
You brought it up. I ain't bring that shit up.
I know it didn't happen
brought it
overnight.
up.
I know there's a series of events that happened in the
I don't
history that
look.
period
The
of time.
Constitution. The Constitution actually says we still 3/5 of a man, of a person.
Exactly, and that's
So
what
I don't
Maddie
care
was
about the
saying in
Constitution.
Let's talk about the Constitution when I muted her.
I just be talking.
When
I
you were
don't give a.
defending the Constitution, that's what Nadia said.
I
and
just be
muted
using
her.
that. I just be using the Constitution against y'all. I
But you
don't
can't
really
use the
subscribe to that
Constitution
shit.
calls you 3/5 of a man. You can't ever cite that Constitution.
I don't really,
disclaim it.
man.
Nobody claiming the Constitution but white people. The Constitution was written by white people for white people.
Sometimes I put it like this. Sometimes I'm gonna say, yeah, white people. Sometimes white people, it's just timing, man. And they do so much. They do so much that it's bound to happen. The Civil War was bound to happen. They started fighting against each other. It's bound to happen. I mean, we was in slavery for forever, whatever, hundreds of years, yeah. But it's bound to happen. That's how we became free. It wasn't nothing else but the North versus the South. And the North was losing. So the only plan to come up with was, free the slaves. Because the South would have killed Abraham Lincoln and them. For real. So free the slaves. It wasn't like Abraham Lincoln loved black people. That's why I was just telling somebody this the other day. I forgot who I was talking to. Abraham Lincoln ain't free the slaves because he wanted them free. He still had slaves.
Right.
He still had slaves. They was freed because they was losing to the South. And the only reason why they even went to war with the South, that was an economic war. That wasn't about no slavery. Them niggas ain't give a damn about black people, man, or slavery. That was all over cotton.
Before I forget, said Dr. J. Kelly said y'all gotta watch the George Floyd documentary,
Called
The Greatest Lie Ever Sold. Anybody seen it?
I
You
think
seen
I
it, BJ?
started. Nah, I ain't see it, but I think I started watching a little bit of it. But I ain't gonna lie, I agree with everything Charleston White was saying about it. They tore the country up, right, over this dude. What did we get? Like you was just saying, Noah, they protested, they rioted, they tore shit up. What did we get? And we've been doing that. That ain't nothing new. We've been doing that.
One, the most decent settlement that I've heard of in my lifetime. That was probably the biggest amount yet. Two, the policemen, everybody in that case got punished. Everybody got fired. Everybody got, I think at least one, was it 2 cops that got a sentence? I think one cop got.
You talking about the George Floyd joint?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like 2 of them went to
That's still
jail.
more than was happening 30 years ago. That's what I'm talking about, incremental. 30 years ago, they was getting away with all this shit. Nobody was going to jail for this.
Well,
Nobody's getting 35.
I mean, we got cameras now. That shit wasn't on camera 30 years ago. Of course, okay, it's evolving. It's gonna evolve with time. Yeah, 50 years ago, we was getting hung and set on fire in front of our
old
homes.
white people that was alive during slavery, they're about to die. Like the younger generation that has never.
That's what I'm saying. That's part of evolution.
Slavery exists. A lot of white people
that's part of
how
evolution.
that ever happened. That's like nature's cancel culture. The old white people gonna die.
That's what I'm
and then
saying.
new
It's
people
bound to
gonna
happen
be-
with time.
A lot of people can't fathom how that ever existed.
But that's not coming from protesting and rioting.
But I think it's an aggregation of both, because at the end of the day, these white kids that's raised by white mothers and white grandmothers, if they're fed the same lies, you can just perpetuate. That's what's happening in Israel. The modern society is exactly the same as their grandchildren, because the lies they're fed have 100%. They don't even see Palestinians as humans. They've just been told a bunch of shit. Everybody's terrorists. Arabs don't deserve to live. So when you encounter that many, like everybody I know that's my age and Israeli is like a whack job and serving 12 years in the military, killing kids.
Chaz agrees with
There's
Noor.
there's always that level of passing down those like attitudes and beliefs. So when there's these protests actively and when we never sit down for any of that, that's what spreads awareness and teaches the younger generation exactly how fucked up this is. Like if we just sat down and
So is that the answer for the Palestinians? They need to protest?
no, Palestinians don't
Beyond
need to
that.
fucking protest. Palestinians don't need to fucking protest. Like we protested all over the world. We saw whatever. It was embarrassing. Like even the fact that everything was shared, everybody was sharing these videos. I was the first one to share all these videos. Like it doesn't end in anything because
Yeah,
the
Rodney King got Rodney King got 100 and something. Didn't Rodney King get like 100 mil?
$1 million for every lick. Something like that.
And that was in when that was Kurt in the 80s, right?
Early 90s.
Yeah, because that was the LA riots. That was like 92, 91.
So Rodney King.
But it was caught on camera. The camera helps.
You'll like this one from Dr. J. Kelly. Protesting is for media
Even-
coverage to create emotion, to generate votes for Democrats, because how many horrible crimes happen every day that we don't even hear about?
That's a fact. That's a
Rodney
fact.
King sought 56 million and he got 3.8 and
Who?
1.7 for attorney's fees.
Who?
Rodney King. He was
He got what?
He was seeking 56 million. He only got 3.8.
Rodney King only got $3 million?
Yeah. He was seeking 56.
Man, hell nah, man. Rodney
I
got
just
more than that.
I just
He
asked
counts out. He counts out. He seen that $3 million. That was more money he ever seen in his damn life.
That should
3.8.
definitely say 3.8 million.
That's crazy.
I thought he got way more than that.
They just told us what he
He
was
asked
asking
for
more
$1 million
than
for
likely.
each blow. He asked for 56. Wait, that was the one that got beat up when he was already incarcerated? No, I think that was
They pulled the LAPD pulled him out his car and beat him.
Let me
that was
see.
right before the OJ shit
Yeah.
in LA. Yeah.
It was really close. Let me see. Remember Abner Louima? They stuck the plunger up his ass.
How much he got?
Oh, that one.
That was in Brooklyn. I'm looking for it now.
No,
Jay
he got
Kelly
nothing.
said
Like,
3 million in the 90s was like 30
8.7.
million.
Yeah, it was. Abner Louima got 8.7 million.
But he died broke, didn't he?
that was crazy.
I don't know
He was
what
in the
Rodney
hospital
did.
for
Rodney
8
was a dope
months.
fiend.
He was a crackhead, right?
They found him dead in the pool in a hotel or something like that. Rodney was a dope fiend.
The Brooklyn one with the toilet plunger. He was hospitalized for 6 months and got 8 million. He lost like his.
Man, they ruptured his bladder.
He did like 4 surgeries or some shit. And,
Yeah, all that. They fucked him up.
and 8 million. 8 million is nothing for a
Yeah, 8
permanent.
million ain't shit. But I think that was in the 80s, 90s too, early 90s too though. So
See,
I guess 8
the
million back then is like 20. Then you got
no, because black, for the most part, over the course of time, the average black family ain't gonna see no $1 million in lifetime. They throw that money up in their face. I noticed that like with lawsuits that I done had against insurance companies. They'll offer you $30,000. A person that's only making $26,000, you're $30,000 one lump pop. That's their come up. They will snap out on it. You know, so they know that they're gonna chase that money. So okay, we offer you $3 million. So a dope ain't $3 million. He can smoke crack for the rest of his life.
Oh, that's a fact.
You know, so it's the system all together. It's the whole judicial system has been geared against us from the beginning of America. It's always been that way.
BJ, were you saying that they was questioning Tupac's legacy because of this feminine
Candace
accusations?
Owens and them was talking about him. Candace Owens, Michael John White. I seen a lot of people saying Pac was feminine, and then you got whacking him talking about he wasn't no gangster and all that. So I saw that, but I really, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but it ain't nobody to this day. It ain't nobody like Tupac.
Right.
Tupac came out a hotel minding his business and
Seen a
seen two
stranger.
white guys, beating on a black dude and intervened in that. Ain't nobody doing that, bro.
Nope.
And shot both of them.
Yep.
And they was undercover cops. They was off-duty cops. So
Well, Pac wasn't no gangster in the conventional sense how they see gangsters like Al Capone. But I mean, he was just a street dude. He was an intelligent dude. Pac went to school and everything. You know what I'm saying? Went to art school. So he didn't really grow up in that atmosphere for real of the hustle gang. His music just was an illustration of what he's seen going on around him. But he was, Serena kept his little ass in school. Remember, she moved him out of Baltimore because she didn't want him in that, to fall victim to that, environment. But his music is supposed to have been gangster because he say that shit raw, cussing and stuff.
but that was later on. That's when he got with Death Row.
Right.
His music before Death Row was conscious.
Right.
Yeah.
A little street.
Right.
Bit,
So
but it was consciousnness.
But they created the narrative that he was gangster and that, all of that. Pac wasn't no gang. Pac was a conscious dude because, he grew up with the Black Panthers. They kept him on point as to, societal ill. So, he wasn't no mobster.
Here we go.
He wasn't none of that.
Dr. J. Kelly. People get mad when I say this, but Tupac was the first Tekashi 6ix9ine.
What's
You gotta
Tekashi?
You gotta explain that, man. You gotta explain that. How?
What's Tekashi 69?
The rapper, the Mexican dude out of Brooklyn that was claiming blood and all that and told on all niggas from my hood.
I don't know nothing about that person. I've never heard that name before in my life.
He gotta explain that. But check it. Let me. This is what I did see. Going back to Serena, crip walking at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Hated it.
You hated it, Will? What you think, Kurt?
I'm trying to figure out why people hated it. She was performing.
Nah, she's not a performer.
Well, she's not, but in a certain instance, she is because she attended. They fined her or something.
When she did it at the end of her tennis match, she got in trouble for it, right?
She got in trouble for it, and so now she could do it on a big stage. She like, fuck y'all, everybody else.
Why is she crip walking?
Exactly. Gang culture.
Why is she?
Why do anybody crip walk? That shit looks
Because
weird.
I understand why gang members do it because that's they gang shit. But why is Serena Williams at Wimbledon crip walking and at the halftime show crip walking?
That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to do it at the tennis thing, and she got in trouble for it. So now she can do it on a big stage, and they can't do shit about it.
Yeah,
that's a form of her protesting against all. You white folks want to be tripping because I'm doing a dance that I like to do. Because for the life of me, I don't understand why do motherfuckers twerk. That shit is, oily.
Why they do what?
Twerk.
Oh, twerk.
I mean, people like dance. It's a whole bunch of Crips that don't. People that ain't Crips that do the Crip walk. They just
but we talking about Serena. Serena is on the stage. This is Serena Williams. We ain't talking about a whole bunch of people. We talking about Serena Williams, right? One of the greatest woman tennis player of all time, black woman tennis player of all time.
Arguably number one black female athlete.
She was 1 year. She did win Athlete of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so should she be held to a different standard than the average person?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She got a responsibility.
She's still a human. If she likes to trip walk, why come she can't trip walk?
Well,
Because it's part of gang culture, and we need
Yeah,
to get away from that bullshit.
why are we glorifying gang? I didn't like when Snoop did it at the Super Bowl halftime show. I didn't like seeing Snoop, old ass, 60-year-old ass up there
Who ain't gang banging no more.
with the blue Crip flag outfit on, Crip walking across the stage. That's what's fucking up these kids.
And there's people out here really dying.
That's what's fucking up these kids. At 60 years old, you supposed to be denouncing all that shit. Larry Hoover done been in federal prison for 50, 60 years. He denounced that shit. He can't even come home. He done denounced that shit 10 years ago. He can't come home. But you got these celebs out here still parading around, Crip walking and shit like it's cool, and these kids is really killing each other out here, gang banging, thinking it's cool. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. I'm like, man, it got to come to a point where, especially the older generation, man, we ain't supposed to be rocking with that, dog. Right. That's been the number one. That's been a gang banging, been the number one enemy against the black culture, bro. Against the black people, man. It's been gang banging, not the white man. Right. It's been gang banging, bro. And
I understand your point. I'm just saying it like, Crip walking ain't no worse than Sexy Red getting up there showing all of her ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not glorifying. That's not glorifying gang banging, man. That's killing our kids.
That's glorifying.
But see, that's what we keep doing. This is what we keep doing at a black race too. As a black race, this is what we keep doing. We keep making excuses for the bullshit and justifying this bullshit instead of just saying that, that's some bullshit.
I'm saying really it's bullshit, but it's still on the same level as the form of dance that they have now. That shit ain't doing nothing but glorifying self-deprivation of womanhood,
Okay, well, that's to herself. That's to her. But when you got these celebs, rich celebrities up there, Crip walking across the stage for the whole world to see, making it cool for these kids to see, that's something totally different. The stuff that Sexy Red and them do, the dances that they're doing is not a part of what's killing these kids. Right. Matter of fact, watching them Crip walk, watching the Super Bowl halftime show, do you realize that there's blood niggas out there, especially in LA? There's blood niggas out there that's getting mad watching this shit and probably strapped up and went outside and went on a mission behind that. Behind seeing Snoop up there, behind seeing Serena Crip walk and all that.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say, Jay Kelly. Her sister, their older sister, was killed by a Crip.
I was going to make that same point, bro.
That's just dumb.
I was going to make that same point. To top it off, her sister was murdered by Southside Compton Crips in 2011, I think. Yep. Her sister was, there's no way in the world some Crips going to kill my sister and I'm going to be somewhere Crip then. I'm going to hate the color blue.
I'm telling you.
I don't like red. I hate red. My hood full of blood. I hate red.
Right.
That's who we was beefing with growing up. I don't fuck with red. To this day, I'm 44 years old. I don't fuck with red.
It's the whole culture of, the images that we're putting out there. And I mean, ever since back when it was Luke dealing with, come on, baby, that whole culture, whether it's Crip dancing or whether it's booty shaking on camera with half your ass out, it is killing the youngsters because they think that's what it is. Rap music is geared toward us killing each other. They glorifying that stupid shit. And it doesn't matter whether it's a big star or a little star. When you put that out into the media, into the social world, on these social media outlets, it starts a subliminal suggestion with the people.
That's what we're saying.
It's women right now running around St. Louis thinking that the shit that Sexy Red is doing and talking about is that shit is like wicked. That in itself is killing off the black community. It may not be.
No, it's not, Kurt. See,
why you don't think we need to hold Serena to a higher standard, though?
It may not be.
Look what you're doing. We went from talking about Serena, who's way up here, to Sexy Red, who's down here.
Right.
Come on, dog. They're not in the same world, bro, at all. by far.
Cause you don't think
Serena was on the cover of Wheaties cereal boxes.
She's international, right?
Global.
Right.
They not the same, dog. But it's cool.
But we should hold everybody to the same standard. Serena should not be doing it, first of all.
Okay.
And neither should these youngsters.
Yeah, I don't agree with. I'm not saying what Sexy Red and them is doing cool, but I mean, they come into her shows. They doing it. They've been twerking and all that. They've been doing it. You know what I'm saying?
When somebody when somebody get killed for twerking, then I'll go there with y'all.
Yeah,
but
then it'll be the same.
Yeah.
It'll be the same.
You got to go over into any one of them little ragged ass strip clubs, them hoes and fight each other about who get the dollars that's on the ground.
Noah, you said something to me about the $50 million in these condoms and stuff. You sent me a clip.
Yeah.
Acting like I gotta apologize for something.
I give you the microphone.
Cause Elon Musk is
give you the stage.
Elon talking shit and BJ using his platform to spread the bullshit.
Oh no!
But
you gotta do a redaction?
No.
Yeah, redaction. Redaction. He thought Gaza was referring to the wrong region of the world. There was actually a city in Mozambique named Gaza that had a raging HIV crisis, and that's why they were dumping condoms on them, because it was part of their humanitarian aid to help countries that are crippled with HIV. So that's not even my problem. That's Africa versus America. Y'all could speak on that. I ain't got nothing
Was
to
it
do with
50 million though?
That's what I was about to say, Will. The number never changes, and the product didn't change. It still was $50 million worth of condoms.
No, but they were saying that they were giving.
He
them
said
to
the wrong
Hamas.
country. He said the wrong
No,
country. He
no,
needs
the
to
wrong
apologize
town.
for saying Gaza. You know what I mean? The Gaza Strip.
Yeah,
He need
and
to apologize
due
for
to
that.
that statement, they cut off aid to the UN
That's a whole rat hole there, called
because of the condoms and all that. The
you
children
got
are dying now.
One of y'all can speak at one. Y'all gotta speak one at a time.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Elon is investigating, like they say, government spending. But not once have I heard him say anything about the $1 billion contract he got from the government. Now he's trying to investigate NASA, which is a conflict of interest.
What $1 billion contract he got with the government?
With that Starlink shit. He got billions of dollars worth of contracts from the government.
That's what Joshua saying the same thing.
What Josh said?
Elon needs to be quiet and make his money off them government contracts he just got.
Right.
From the government?
But he's telling about everybody else's contracts, which is, government oversight, too much government spending. But he wants to shut all of those companies down so that's a conflict of interest.
Of course, and even the shit that he's talking about South Africa.
It's for Tesla. It's for Tesla.
No, yeah.
400 million, Josh said, to bulletproof Teslas.
It's for Tesla. Of armored Teslas, yep.
So, Jay Kelly, are you saying that he said Elon Musk backed out? He cannot work for any company while he does this job for Trump. So he gave up his position at Tesla for now?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter about his position. He's just he's an owner and a shareholder. He's a stakeholder regardless.
I'm about to say he still directly benefits.
Yeah, he's still the primary stakeholder. And
I don't understand why everybody's so mad at Elon and why everybody so mad at Elon?
It's Elon. Nobody elected Elon to be making all these decisions and affecting what people in Gaza is eating.
He was hired to do a job.
Trump did.
He was hired.
Yeah,
to
but
do a
it's still
job.
he's making decisions that no unelected person should be making. He has access.
He doing what his boss tell him to do though, right? Or no? He doing all his own thing.
Do y'all realize that all politicians receive some kind of contracts from being where they at? All of them do. Democrats and Republicans. Y'all just mad because it's Elon. Everything, y'all gonna pinpoint everything Trump and Elon do. They just was attacking his kid. They attacking the 4-year-old now.
The 4-year-old was attacking Trump, and that was the funniest shit I ever seen. The 4-year-old was like crazy. I don't know what the fuck he heard, but he
Trump
got opinions.
Trump don't care. Trump ain't complaining about it. You got people like them old women on The View complaining about the kid and talking about his name, Whoopi Goldberg, talking about his name, but she changed her name to Whoopi Goldberg. That's not even her name, but
I
she
don't
making
even know
fun
what
of the
his
little
name
kid
is.
name.
What's his name, BJ? How you say his name?
Who?
He don't got a name. Musk's kid. What's his name?
X.
Say his name.
X.
I don't think that's what it is. I didn't see an X in there.
What is his name?
It's like 7 letters, but none of them are English.
Yeah, they calling him X.
I don't know. That's not what it says.
Told Trump to shut his damn mouth.
Yeah.
Man, he was telling that to a reporter.
BJ, you're fine with the 400 million contracts to make Teslas bulletproof or whatever the fuck when people is literally freezing to death. You heard that story about the woman whose kids froze to death in I think it was Atlanta. Like
It was in Detroit.
In Detroit, like investing that type of money in shit like space and bulletproof cars when people are freezing to death in the #1 superpower on earth. There is no reason in God's green earth why anybody
She don't that has what is Elon and them supposed to do about that?
Why are we investing all this money into space when we can't even take care of a woman in Detroit?
The same thing I said about investing all this money into foreign affairs. It's
But
the
you
same
mad
thing.
about humanitarian aid to Gaza instead of crying about the millions that's going to space, a place with no fucking oxygen.
They've been doing
Mad
that. I'm
about
not
the
crying
one
about
thing.
anything, but they've been doing that. They've been spending all this money for space programs. They've been.
You're fine with space. You're fine with like all this expenditure. It's just the money that goes to condoms. That's you mad about?
No, I'm fine with any money that has to do with America. Period. I'm fine with any money that's being spent that has to deal with that benefits America. Whether it's whatever they doing in space, whether it's the Tesla, whatever they got going on with Tesla, I guess he's gonna all the politicians or state governors or whoever, all of them are gonna ride in Teslas, bulletproof Teslas. I guess I don't
In
know.
space. That's
But
government.
it's America. It's here. I'm cool with that.
It's still
Now, as
in
far as the lady being homeless and living in a minivan in Detroit,
She had went to several shelters.
and her 2 babies froze to death, that's on her.
She went to several shelters. If she could,
So why she ain't stay in them?
I don't know. I don't know why she didn't say it. That she was saying.
And if you in the minivan, somehow she has a minivan. So if you're in the minivan, then turn the heat on, bro. If the heat not working, sitting in a parking garage in freezing cold temperature with your babies don't make no sense.
BJ, in any reasonable country, if they were trying to cure government inefficiency, they would redirect the money that's going to these insane technologies that have no necessity right now and go build windmills so that everybody can get heating off of the wind and the sun and the resources that we have on this planet. The fact that we think it's acceptable to be looking into other planets when America is not even the top 3 countries in renewable energy, like focus on that shit. People need heating, people need whatever. That's what government inefficiency is. Focusing on developing technology, being reckless just to win this competition with whatever fucking country we're competing with for power.
So what is it that you're mad about?
I'm mad about the fact that we're okay with Elon Musk's job is to fix government inefficiency, and I think he is the biggest source of that inefficiency. It's
In
just
3 weeks. This is what you think in 3 weeks. First of all, they got to audit. They got to see where all the money is going. First they trying to see where the money is going.
And they can't even Google Gaza. Like, obviously, he's just sitting there tweeting like a dumbass. He's not doing real research. How could you even how can you even act like he's doing this in good faith? He literally cut off aid to UNRWA right after that, the organization that feeds kids that have lost limbs because of bombs, off of a mistake where he just could have Googled the name Gaza condoms and he would have found out that it's a city in Mozambique. Like, it's just recklessness. It's just to push an agenda. Because what is their agenda?
Okay, let me ask you this. What country, because America obviously can't get it right, according to you. They can't, especially Trump. Trump and them can't, they'll never do anything right.
Europe
So what
is way
country
better.
do you agree with? What country government do you actually agree with?
Scandinavian countries and the EU in general. I like the EU. like studying EU law versus American constitutional
What's so
law
special about them?
experience. They just actually care about like humans, like they're human beings, like Europeans. They care about what they're eating. They care about their health. They care about their quality of life. They care about their longevity. They care about their employment. They care about everything. They care about the benefit of each individual. And they don't just care about being number one and the best and making the most money and expanding their empires. They're out of that phase. They had that phase in the 1800s, and we reached a place where, as a species, we realized that we should stop playing risk and start focusing on bettering our own countries. But Trump still want to play risk.
Trump just got it. Trump just got in office 3 weeks. How you
Yeah,
blaming
they
everything on
had
Trump?
Biden in 6 countries.
So Biden didn't. You don't. There's
Biden
nothing that
wasn't
Biden
talking
and them
about
did
countries.
wrong.
You always want to point at Biden.
You do understand that this man is trying to fix the last 4 years.
DJ, Biden didn't do shit. Biden was there like a fucking mummy. Like, what the hell
That's
Biden
crazy.
did?
His administration. Okay, the
What
administration.
his administration did? What his administration did? What is the irreparable damage that Trump is solving right now by buying Greenland and Canada
illegal
and
immigrants.
naming the Gulf of Mexico and buying Gaza? How is he fixing that? That's fixing
The illegal immigrants. What are you talking about? That's a whole issue in itself. That's an issue in itself.
Right, and that's the only thing you could credit Trump. All right, maybe he can fix your problem with the illegal immigrants. Maybe
The money that they're finding, all the money that they're finding, all the wasteful spending that they're finding. Don't worry, I got a clip for you. Since y'all act like y'all don't know what's going on.
Josh said he agrees with the new FBI director releasing the Epstein files. Then Jay Kelly followed up with the Martin Luther King Jr. files as well. They already settled with Dr. King family. The family asked for and received only $100 because they said it wasn't about the money. So the government took responsibility for the death of Dr. King. Then we got another comment. SPV.
do the blood of a dance.
Yeah, do the Bloods have a dance? If so, they should have had some representation of both.
Yeah,
bringing
they
forth
do.
unity.
They do, but they didn't have no representation up there.
Yeah.
But they do.
He said he pulled that off at a. So Kendrick did that before, I'm assuming, had the Bloods and Crips together?
At a concert he did in Inglewood, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was some Crips and stuff up there, yeah.
And then Bree chimed in on the lady in Detroit. So there's a lot of stuff she's saying that's not adding up.
Yeah, I was listening to her talk. She's obviously not all there.
Right.
She's obviously not all
Because
there.
her family was saying she was embarrassed to even ask for help, but she's saying she's been asking for help. So I didn't even, the way when the story first came up, man, it seemed like she ain't even had no family. But
We gonna find a way. I'm not gonna be in a parking garage with my babies in freezing temperature. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm in your house.
I'm gonna figure something out
Yeah.
where they could stay warm. If I gotta buy or steal 50 covers or something, like, come on, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna find some kind of heat or something. The car don't run.
Right.
We just living out of a car in a parking garage that don't run at all. Come on.
then Maine said $8 million a day to reduce government spending is wild.
What they spending $8 million a day on?
Probably Musk's salary or some shit. I don't know. I'm
They
gonna
said
go.
Musk not taking the salary, him or Trump,
Oh really? Let's see what the 8 million.
allegedly.
Trump never took a salary. His first term he didn't take a salary.
Their salary is bullshit. They don't make their money off of salaries. They make their money off of being bought out by
Contracts, yeah.
countries.
Said we need more farms. I agree. LT3 premium.
LT3 free is that real?
Okay, this is how much of our taxpayer money politicians have given to foreign countries in the last 4 years, since we acting like we don't know what's going on, right? Mexico got 295 million. The Czech Republic, 324 million. Estonia, 334. Lithuania, 339. Poland, 375. Romania, 397. Bulgaria, 431. Tanzania, 471. Pakistan, 536 million. Colombia, 731. Philippines, 809. Somalia, 900, almost $1 billion. Lebanon, $1 billion. Iraq, 2.2 billion. Jordan, your country,
BJ,
2.3 billion.
They fucked up.
Look at, hold on.
What
This
are
is
you
why
fucking- Jordan
I
is
caught it.
Jordan about to go into war.
I caught it. I found it now. This is why you don't say nothing about the Biden administration, because they sent Lebanon $1 billion. They sent Iraq $2.2 billion. They sent Jordan $2.3 billion.
BJ, we've been getting money.
Afghanistan got $6.1 billion. Egypt got $6.3 billion. Ukraine got 2.6, and Israel got $8.5 billion.
So let me get.
That's why you don't see nothing wrong with the Biden administration.
Let me get this straight.
And this is in the last 4 years. This is horrible.
You think America, Uncle Sam, is just this very charitable organization that just looks at a world map and starts donating. I love this country, 10 million, 10 million, 10 million, and they're not getting nothing in return. They're just a non-profit.
I don't care what they getting in return. What are they getting in return?
What do you mean, what are they getting? They're
I'm asking you.
Iraq, Afghanistan, Lebanon. You want to talk about these 3 countries alone? They got these countries. That's what they got. They have people in these countries, invading these countries, destroying them, depleting their resources. Where do you think Iraq's oil went?
What resources?
You're probably eating off of that money. You eating off of the money that they got in return for the rights to go into these countries. Everything that America has done in that region, they destabilize every region to get to a point where they can deplete their resources.
But this is the last 4 years.
By supporting the party that can help give them these resources. They're not just going to go in there and start scooping up oil at the mines.
All right, so look, this is the last 4 years. That means this is the Biden administration.
No, it's
you
not.
Gonna let me talk?
Tell me
let me know when I can talk.
When you start talking about what happened before that 4 years, because you acting like Biden woke up and started doing that shit, but that shit has been happening for the past 30 years. Jordan, it was the year I was born. That's when we signed the treaty with America and they started giving us that money, 2000. So it's not
in the last 4 years, which was the Biden administration, you're saying that they gave all this money to those countries that I just named, especially the Middle East countries and the Muslim countries, right, to get stuff in return. That was the last 4 years. That was the Biden administration. But then you're telling me that the Biden administration didn't do anything.
They did.
They obviously did.
BJ, just like you say Trump inherited Biden's bullshit, Biden inherited Obama's bullshit, Obama inherited Bush's bullshit. That's how it works. You know who
But you're saying, but you're making it seem like it's, but you're making it seem like it's just Trump. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, it's not just Trump.
Okay, because when you just said Biden administration didn't do anything.
No, I didn't say that. You must have misheard. I didn't say that. Biden's administration.
You did. I asked you. You said Biden ain't do nothing.
Change the status quo when it comes to American foreign policy. Biden didn't do nothing crazy to change what America's been doing. Biden did not. I'm talking about foreign policy, international foreign policy. Biden did not do anything that changed what America has been doing for the past 30 years. Even when it came to Palestine and Israel, what Biden did was maintain the same pro-Israel position while still keeping the door open for a two-state solution. Trump is the only one that is disturbing that status quo. Trump is talking about redistributing, rearranging. Trump is gonna get Jordan into a war, and Jordan has never been in war since like
Who is Jordan? Who is Trump gonna get Jordan in a war with?
Trump is acting like he can just dump 2 million Palestinians in Jordan, and Jordan wouldn't descend into nothing. The stability of Jordan has always been extremely, extremely precarious. Palestinians and Jordanians never really fucked with each other. And we have a country where the queen is Palestinian and the king is Jordanian. But the Jordanians are like Native Americans. They're just people that had this land. They're indigenous.
So why nobody get along with the Palestinians? Why nobody like the Palestinians? Aren't they all Muslim?
What do you mean aren't they all Muslim? BJ, you and I are Muslim, but you're clearly not invested in my cause.
I'm not Muslim.
You act like you are. I don't know.
No, I'm not Muslim. I just agree. I don't have a religion.
All right. Well, it's a lot of African Muslims. It's a lot of American Muslims. It's a lot of Arab Muslims.
But I'm asking you because I don't know. I don't know. It seems like nobody likes the Palestinians, so that's why I'm asking.
Nobody wants another people to be dumped into their land. Jordan already has 25% unemployment. These people are fighting to live. Jordan has no resources. We have no water. We have no money. We have no nothing. So the tensions that arose between the Palestinians and the Jordanians were because all of a sudden the crisis in Israel happened.
So,
they started dumping them on us, and it's like initially it was good and we gave them passports and all of that shit, but then it got to a point where almost 50% of our country is now Palestinians.
That sound like the same. That sound like the same thing I've been saying about America. She just said Jordan has all these issues inside Jordan, unemployment rates and all that. I'm saying the same thing about America. Why are we letting all these illegal immigrants over here and America has its own problems? I'm saying the same thing about America.
You talk about 2% and you 100%. I'm talking about he's rearranging the composition of the country to where instead of it being 100% Jordanians, it became 30-70. It became 50-50. It's not even their country no more. And I'm not Jordanian. I'm Palestinian. But it's like, Omar, can you go to the room? Omar, can you go to the room? You're yelling in my ear. Um, anyway, so yeah, it's like rearranging a whole country structure to where it's 50% one Palestinian and Jordanian. Of course, it's going to end up in a civil war, and we have been in a civil war with Palestinians in the 70s. Black September in the 70s was fucking horrible because the tribes just couldn't, and they never even give Palestinians any real positions of power, like in the military and the government. All of these positions go to the Jordanian tribes so that they still feel like it's their country. But Palestinians was getting frustrated because they got the Jordanian passport, but they're being treated like they're lesser. They're not being given these positions. The king is like in the worst position possible.
So they're getting treated. They're getting treated by their own people.
We're not the same. It's like you saying America and Canada is the same people. They're not. They can be Christians. Mexicans is Christians. Religion doesn't make you the same people. America and Canada are two countries. Mexico and America.
So Palestinians and
No, it's two
what you
separate
said they
countries.
are? Jordanians.
Jordanians.
Oh,
It's two separate countries. We had nothing to do with them until Israel happened. Like the crisis is what made Jordan and Palestine become so infused. I don't even identify. Most Palestinian Jordanians identify as Palestinian, not Jordanian, even though we grew up in Jordan. Because we grew. I just happened to be. My father was born in the year where they were handing out passports to Jordania to Palestinians. So that's how we became Jordanian. But we're not Jordanian.
so that's
And
like if I. So basically, that's like if we was getting pushed out to Mexico or something.
exactly. And you're like, oh, but they're the
Oh,
same religion. They're Christian too. Why you guys don't want to go to Mexico? They're your people.
yeah.
What the fuck does the religion have to do with it? They're not my people. It's not my country. It's not my land. It's not my ancestors.
Okay.
So he's really about to start a world war, and like and the whole meeting was pathetic. Like the king was really trying not to say anything in front of the media. They barely got two sentences out of him. He didn't say anything in front of the media. All he did was like flatter Trump's ego. Because what the fuck you gonna say to him? Like he's coming here and telling him, "I'm not gonna give you any more aid." If he actually retracted that eventually, but he's still like he's leveraging aid to Jordan, which is literally like cannot survive without that aid, and is the only stable region country in that region right now, and saying if you don't take 2 million Palestinians, we're not gonna give you aid no more. Like, what the fuck type of bullshit is this?
So what about the Egyptians? So the Egyptians don't. Nobody like the Palestinians.
Egypt is in Africa. It's not like nobody likes the Palestinians. Nobody wants another
Who else
country
is
dumped
over
on
there?
them. And
Yeah,
also,
I
not
get that.
from
I
a,
understand that.
it's not even about dumping us on them. It's also like Jordan and Egypt are committed to Palestinian statehood. There was a time in the 60s and the 70s that we was all fighting for Palestine because we knew that they were getting fucked over. We were fighting for people that were getting fucked over. Their land was being taken. And we fought in the wars and we lost the wars. Egypt lost, Jordan lost, Syria lost. We all lost. And
Who y'all was fighting?
Israel. All of us were fighting Israel, and Israel won every single war. They took the Golan Heights from Syria. They took parts of Jordan. They took parts of Egypt. They took Sinai. Like they took parts of. They won every single war in that decade, like between the 60s and 67 mostly was when they won all the wars. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say. But they won. There's no. It's not like we're not fighting the same fight. Like we were fighting the same fight.
So they gave up then. They left y'all.
But we
They
don't
left
want
y'all
to take
then.
Palestinians because if we take Palestinians, we're just giving them Palestine. So Jordan and Egypt, if they accept 2 million Palestinians, that means we're telling them, okay, here's the free land. Trump can go build his Riviera. But we also don't want to do that because Palestine is Palestine. We've been saying that. Like that's just us losing. So it's not even like
Sade
our own
said
interest. Also, we're interested.
Israeli is doing to the Palestinians what the white people did to the Native Americans, BJ.
Yeah.
And nobody would have accepted. Mexico would have accepted the Native Americans. Canada would have accepted Native Americans. Which country would have accepted the Native Americans?
Why, Sade? Why you why you why that was directed to me? What you doing?
She don't,
Palestinians.
you don't
Why you
You
understand.
should not be getting it. I think that's why.
Right, you don't understand.
Thank you,
Why
Shade.
everybody attacking me?
Talking about white
Yo, yeah, I get that. I
people.
get that.
Nobody likes the Palestinians.
I get that.
We like the Palestinians.
No, I'm just trying to, cause I really don't know what's going on over there, so that's why I'm asking you. I really don't know what's going on over there. So I mean, what's the answer for them then? They gotta leave. Obviously, they
don't
gotta
have to
go.
leave. Why they gotta leave?
Huh?
Why they gotta leave? They're willing to. That's what the final point of the meeting between King Abdullah and Trump. He said the Arabs are gonna come up with a plan to rebuild Gaza by Palestinians for Palestinians. That's it. You fucked us over for a year. You made it rubble, and now we're telling you we got this. We gonna build it by us for us.
So
We got money too. We don't need America to
all right,
build.
so they supposed to just stay there. How they gonna rebuild? They got equipment to rebuild.
We've been
Palestine?
rebuilding. We've been rebuilding. This is not the first time we've seen rubble. We've seen rubble before. They've been rebuilding. And the Palestinians can live in tents for decades. They fine with the tents. They just don't want to leave their land because they're committed to that land. It's their holy land to them. They've been there for years. It's their plants, it's their trees. They've been doing this for years. Palestinians live in the same house for like 7 generations. Everybody wears like the key to their house on their necklace. Nobody left their house. Nobody threw out the key to their house. Even though it's rubble right now, everybody has the key to their
That's
house.
why I don't understand how you so against Hitler.
Because Hitler is what got us into this position to begin with. The only reason they went so crazy was because they was in fucking ovens. Like I don't think they would have. I don't think there's anything integral about a Jewish person that makes them bad or want to kick people out their land. They hurt people. That's my logic. Like they was fucked over. They was screwed over. They was in ovens, and that's why they became what they are today. And that's not to
So
justify
now they
it.
doing the same thing to y'all that Hitler did to them.
Exactly. And it's like that doesn't justify it at all because this generation doesn't even know what a fucking oven feels like, clearly. And they're putting us in ovens. But it's like I don't feel I don't feel like Hitler was right to discriminate. Because Hitler just woke up one day and said everybody that's not white is a piece of shit. You act like Hitler would have liked any of us. He wouldn't have liked me, he wouldn't have liked you, he wouldn't have liked Will. Hitler just liked people are the Aryan race. How could I agree with Hitler?
You had sent me another joint, BJ. You said, "Is are African Americans serious about fighting oppression?" You seen an article or you seen a social media post about that?
I forgot where I got that from, but I don't think anybody's serious. I think everybody's just playing.
The Palestinians.
I don't think Kurt's serious. I don't think Noah's serious because Noah be sending me shit and cursing me out, texting me all day, and be in the spa. Want to argue with me about Palestine, and be at the spa. You know what I'm saying?
I told him I was at the spa one
She need to
time,
have
so I
boots
couldn't
on
go
the
to the
ground.
She need to
podcast.
have boots on the ground. Everybody's playing.
always be
Everybody's
fighting in
playing.
Palestine.
Nobody got boots on the ground. Kurt not gonna stop watching football and basketball, but he hate the white man so much.
This all brothers that play football.
Noah hate America, but she ain't gonna leave. She
Because
love
I'm
it over
taking
here.
advantage of what America has to
And of
offer to
all
bring it
places
back
for
to my
Noah to be,
people.
she's in New York.
New York.
Everybody playing, Will.
Why do you think I came to New York, BJ? Like, why do you think I came to New York? You think I want to live here?
Money.
Exactly. I can't do anything to help my country without money. What am I gonna stay in Palestine and wait till I get bombed? I can't even go to any of my countries. I can't go to Palestine. I lost my home in Palestine and I lost my home in Syria. The only home I have is Jordan, and now I'm worried about my mom in Jordan who might get into a fucking war because of Trump's bullshit. The only thing I have is like a country that I don't barely claim. So I just have to go build something somewhere else and then bring it back to my country. You act like I gotta just be sitting there waiting to get bombed for me to be really serious about it. That's not how you be serious about shit.
The
I could
big
I just need you to put some more respect on Trump name, man. That's
for
all.
what?
Somebody help me out in the chat. How do we begin to fight oppression as a people? Help me out.
Noah said protesting and rioting and shit.
No, that
No,
playbook ran out when they shot King.
And King was coming with love.
Right.
King was coming with love, and they blew his brains out.
BJ,
So
it depends what type of fight what you're up against. Are you talking about what black people are up against in America?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think
Is it really that different from what Palestine is going through and what we went through, or still going through? Is it really that much difference?
it is. It has similar roots in apartheid and in a certain people being treated as less than another people. So it has similar roots, but I think the problem is very different because black people are in America as Americans. Palestinians are not allowed to be in Palestine as Palestinians. And black people are like kind of out of the peak of it when it was like wars or whatever. It's at a time where like black people are almost fully assimilated into society, but still not yet benefiting from society the way white people do. So it's a different stage of it. I feel it's like kind of a stage ahead.
No, that's a fact, Sade. He didn't die on that balcony. They killed him in the hospital, suffocated him with a pillow. That's a fact. Maine says it takes sacrifice, and ain't nobody with that anymore.
I think it takes education. I think it takes education on like the fact that the King family got offered money and didn't take it is crazy to me because money is the only way you could get ahead in America. It's also that's the difference between America and Palestine. The politics is different there. America is a very capitalist country. Any black man get offered money and say no to it. Like, what do you mean? Build a neighborhood, build a school.
I don't agree with that sacrifice because we had plenty of black leaders that sacrificed their lives literally and didn't gain anything from it. Left they families out here to fend for themselves, children broke, all that. So sacrifice, nah, nope. Black people forget about you. Black people didn't come together and donate and help Martin Luther King kids and family. Black people ain't come together, donate, help Malcolm X family. Black people actually killed Malcolm X. So sacrifice, I don't know about sacrifice. We've been sacrificing the most for the longest.
No, I think it's about sacrificing, and like especially in America, where I believe the solution to everything almost is money.
Sacrifice
I think
what?
sacrificing
What do we sacrifice now?
Sacrifice the chains, BJ. Sacrifice that type of wealth. Sacrifice that type of bullshit and prioritize the bullshit of your communities and expand your community. You always talk about your family. You talk about, what is it, 5 people, 10 people? I think every individual needs to feel committed and devoted to a community of at least 30, 40, like a neighborhood, a block, something. And when somebody in that block gets ahead, like for example, Jay-Z in Bed-Stuy, I think Jay-Z should have made Bed-Stuy the next fucking
I've
Manhattan.
been saying that for years.
The fact that Bed-Stuy is still Bed-Stuy.
He could have invested man.
Like that's what the problem is. I think
It's a lot he could have did, bro. It's a lot.
How much he got? $1 billion? Like that's crazy.
It's a lot, and it don't even take that much money. A cool 5 to 10 million. He would have had all that bought before they even gentrified Bed-Stuy. Before they even gentrified the style, bro.
Jay-Z literally could have changed the entire demographics at Bed-Stuy instead of it being
that's a fact.
Now he could have changed the entire demographic of it and made it so That's and the solution isn't
this what I came up with, Kurt. I think black people got weak after the 50s and the 60s. I think the black race after like the 50s, 1950 on up, weak. They ain't got that spirit of them old niggas.
When was the Panthers formed?
Like the 60s. Okay. And those was kids.
Yeah, those babies.
Those was kids. And they got pushed, they got left. The community really didn't come behind them. You know what it is? They was too
radical.
Yeah, they was too radical.
Because the media told them it was radical, and we always go for it.
What's too radical?
Exactly. When you get your damn brains blown up.
You are tired of being taken advantage of.
Exactly. They were at a different time.
No revolution in this world ever started without there being a level of dissatisfaction with how they're being treated.
100%.
You know, when people
what's too radical?
That's what they said about Hamas too, that they was too radical for how you fight somebody that's using something against you. Like they wasn't radical when they was using slaves. That wasn't radical. The only thing that's radical is when the resistance starts fighting back. That's when it's radical. Why wasn't it radical when they was doing it?
Okay, y'all saying the same thing about the same. It's about the same, right? But the fight that you talking about, you lost. You lost. Look at Palestine. Look at Palestine now. Because Hamas went over there and did whatever they did. Look at Palestine now. Where are the Black Panthers at now, Kurt?
Yeah, because over the years, the mentality that was emblazed in her is that, you know, they started looking at the social media, television, and computing those people that the television and the news agencies were saying, oh, well, those people are terrorists. The Black Panthers was terrorists. Marcus Mozart Garvey was a terrorist. Gaddafi was a terrorist. Now they can come in with this force. And also the black people ain't never stuck together. You have the house nigga and the field nigga.
Yeah, no, that was the minority though. If it was 100 slaves on a plantation, you had 10 house slaves or something but that didn't really affect anything. Like
it affected the whole, you know, system because you was afraid of that house nigga telling on you. And so it just beat back to resistance. Don't nobody want to get
they still had rebellions. They still ran away. They still had because they just they was identified. So you already know who the house niggas are, so you don't mess with them. When they conjugated, when they got together and they came up with their plans, the house niggas wasn't invited to the table. The house niggas wasn't there. They didn't know. That's how they got away. The house
But see,
niggas, they was
what
there
I'm
and they was
saying,
in the way, but it wasn't like
but they were always considered the radicals, the ones that got away. Nothing happened to that house nigga. So that house nigga still exists today. It's
yeah,
so
it's
much
still yeah, they do still exist today, and you can't even identify them. See,
right.
at least back then they was identified, right?
So
Now you can't even identify them.
so the solution is this.
Let me
You
tell
know,
let me tell you, how is a clear cut example? Because black people would call black people that supported Trump policies coons, sellouts, etc. Uncle Toms, etc. You know what I'm saying? Just
but the
because
one,
we have a different view on politics, now someone is a coon or a sellout. Yeah, black people are so. Come on, man.
but
Come on.
but the black people that supported Trump called the other black people that making propaganda statements about them. What are they calling us? Lazy. We don't want to work. That we shouldn't feel entitled because they got the
Not
entitled.
Bert.
Tell him.
They got the
Kurt,
entitled.
I haven't seen that, Kurt. I don't see.
DJ Omar says you're a coon.
He what?
He says you're a
Call you a
coon.
coon.
Man, go outside. I the black people, the black Republicans, the conservatives or whatever, the people that supported Trump, they wasn't calling y'all names or none of that. They wasn't doing that. They was coming with facts. The Democrats was turning. The Democrats called every black Republican, everyone that supported Trump. It was nothing but name calling, yelling, arguing, etc. But when you sat down, when you got, look at the Breakfast Club videos. Whenever you got the Byron dude up there or that other, the older man, I forgot his name, but he was good too. Even Angela Stanton, when Angela Stanton was up there, and they attacked her, she was coming with facts. All the black people that's, I ain't gonna say all. I ain't gonna say all. Hold on, Kurt. I ain't gonna say all, but majority of black people that are Democrat and are against Trump are emotional. They're just emotional. They can't even come with facts about anything. It's just all emotions. And then they get to talking about him personally.
Wait, how can no? They talking about what he has done, what has been reported. He's a criminal, just like the rest of us.
That's what I'm, just like the rest of us. What I look like? What I look like? Now you just said just like the rest of us. What I look like talking about who's a criminal and who ain't a criminal? Come on, bro. Let's get past that. For real. Stop it. That's not even next. What else you got? How a criminal gonna be talking about he's a criminal? Come on, man.
They call them snitches.
Yeah, so let's get past that. And one thing about it, Trump is against the FBI and the CIA. I'm against whoever. I'm with whoever's against the FBI and the CIA. The same groups that tore down the black community. The same groups that tore down the Black Panthers. The same groups that's a part of Martin Luther King's assassination. The same group that's a part of Malcolm X's assassination. I'm with whoever's the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Let's not forget that.
Okay, now you said what you said. Let me say this. He's against the FBI because they investigated him. He don't want to get caught in his bullshit. Yeah, he against them, but yet he funding the police to come in our neighborhoods and kill our people. So, it's like trying to bite the apple twice. You know what I'm saying? If we gonna trust the police to police my neighborhood, then we should be able to trust the police to police yours. Trump is in a lot of.
Hold that comment, Will. Go ahead, Kurt.
He's done some unspeakable things that the ordinary man cannot get away with.
Okay, he's not ordinary, bro. It's a lot of men out here that's not ordinary. It's OJ got away with some shit that the ordinary black man is not gonna get away with. Y'all niggas cheered OJ on. This is they OJ. Stop hating. See, I'm not no hater. I'm not no
Jesus,
hater,
that's a
bro.
horrible analogy.
I'm not no hater, bro.
OJ?
This they
But
OJ.
But you hate on Democrats, but
I don't hate on Democrats. No, I don't. I don't hate on Democrats. Y'all got it. That makes sense. That's all. When you say something that makes sense, I'm going to say, yeah, that makes sense. That's a good point. I'm going to say that.
But it all depends on where you get your information from, though, BJ. See,
I'm listening to you. You the Democrat representing for the Democrats up here.
BJ,
I'm listening to you.
BJ, let me talk without trying to cut me off so I don't say what I'm going to say.
All right, go ahead. 30 seconds. Go ahead.
I shouldn't listen to your whole narrative before I interject. But all I'm saying is, you say, about hate, different politicians or whatever they call themselves, they get their information from one set of facts. And then the Democrats, they get theirs from one set of facts. So ain't nobody fact checking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may get what you be quoting from Twitter or wherever you get yours from, Google. Okay, so who controls Google? Trust me, they censor everything that you do. So they give you the information that you quote as fact. That's why they got this whole thing called alternative facts going on. This is fake news. They saying what you saying is fake news. Now who's to believe what? On one hand, you believe one way, and I believe another. I've seen fact checkers that can dispute what it is, some of the things that you say about what these people about, what them people about. Speaking of which, you talk about Gaza, what are they gaining? What they're gaining is, when in Gaza, if you move all those millions of people from one country to the other and make that all of Israel, you destabilize the whole area. Because, you got Syria, you got Lebanon, you got Iran, you got Iraq. Once you change the geographics of it, it's going to be a war. Them people are going to fight.
So, all right, we got that, right? We could stay in America. We don't have to keep going to Gaza. We could stay right here. When I'm talking about Democrats and Republicans, we could stay right here in America. We ain't got to keep jumping over there. And the fun fact is, I just sat here and listened to you for 60 seconds, Kurt, ain't say nothing. Fun fact is, all the damage that was started before Trump even got into office. With over there. Yeah, he's going to continue to bullshit because that's what they do. That's what America is about. Now I'm talking about like right here, bro. Right here. I ain't call you no names or nothing. I'm just asking you what I don't agree with none of that. I don't agree. Let's keep it simple. I'm not with boys playing in girls sports. I'm not pro-abortion. I'm not with all these illegal immigrants coming over here. Those are 3 policies that I'm with.
Right.
That Trump is implementing. That's simple. Biden didn't do any of that. Biden flooded New York with all them illegal immigrants and spent all that money. What was it, 600 million or whatever number they had, putting them in luxury hotels. I know y'all seen that.
Oh, that's what Elon Musk showed you.
Huh?
So he the one that took control of that and said it was 600 million. But he didn't show the billions of dollars that was going into his pocket. See, if they can keep
this is what I'm talking about. See, now when we talking about what happened, what's going on with the cities and the communities in this country, you back talking about Trump pockets and Elon pockets. Stop worrying about them pockets. The nigga is the richest man in the world. Don't worry about Elon pockets. Nothing you could do about that. He's the richest man in the world. And one thing about big bank tank little bank all the time. So just don't worry about that all the time. We're talking about what's affecting the people. What's affecting the people. Why are
what
they spending $600 million putting illegal immigrants up in luxury hotels? Why
That
are they
number
doing
was
that?
incorrect. That's just what Musk is saying. When they actually checked into what that number is composed of, it was less than 10 million that was going to the hotels, and most of them was really horrible hotels. Two of them were luxury hotels, and they're not even names you would recognize. So that's just what
I didn't see that, but period. We
yeah,
shouldn't
but
be putting nobody up in hotels.
Stop listening to Musk because he said when he was asked in that interview about how are we gonna trust anything you say if you've already said a bunch of false shit and there's been real consequences because of the false shit you said because for some reason you're a government employee now. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna make some mistakes," and that's not what somebody in his position should be making mistakes because the cost of these mistakes is people's lives, and he can't even double check a bullshit
Ain't
number.
nobody dying from his
10
mistakes.
million.
Ain't
How is
nobody
nothing
dying
done?
from his
You don't
mistakes.
think there's any
But guess
consequence?
what? Guess what, Noah? I was saying this before the interview with Elon Musk. And you know how I was saying this and getting my information? Because I seen it with my own eyes. I seen it in live TV while they was up there 2 years ago when they was flooding New York. My family is in New York. I know what's going on in New York. And that's just one city. All the sanctuary states, all the sanctuary cities was going through the same thing. Forget Elon Musk. I was saying this, that interview just happened yesterday. I was already saying this on this podcast. But I want to get to this comment right here. How a criminal can be the president? Because it was written in the Constitution already. It was already a law. This ain't nothing new.
Well, why can't he be an Uber driver if a criminal can be a president? That's the real question. If the Constitution allows a criminal to be a president, doesn't it strike you as crazy how hard people find it to get
You
jobs?
have to speak to the owners of Uber.
Every single company is like that. What job can a man get in New York with 2 violent felonies?
You would have to speak to the owners of them companies.
Well, why is there no constitutional protection for the right of a regular individual who has felony in his record to get a job, to make a living, to feed his kids? But the
I guess
president.
they didn't care. I didn't. Like the people that wrote the
Why you keep
Constitution was
citing
in
the
charge.
Constitution as well? If you just said 10 minutes ago that the Constitution says you're 3/5 of a man. It's
I said because I said
it's not a rationale. The Constitution is a little scribbly piece of paper. Like it can't be our rationale for things. It doesn't make sense. We need to ask why the Constitution is the way it is and why there hasn't been any amendments to change it.
you asking me why. Ask the people in charge why. That they in charge. Those are the rules. Y'all trying so hard to go against the rules and go against the grain when y'all should be finding y'all own loopholes. That's that. It is what it is. I'm gonna find my way regardless. I'm gonna find the loopholes for me and mine.
I found mine too, but I'm not gonna stop.
That's it. That's all it's about. So what you're supposed to be doing is putting the next person on that's next to you. Yo, don't worry about that. This is what I did. This is what I found out. This is what people do. When Trump dropped his coin, Nova got in the chat and said, "Yo, Trump got a coin out there." Even though it was like a day late, we could have made way more money. But that's what y'all supposed to be doing, not watching his pockets, crying about how much money he made in the contracts he got. Figure out what you gonna do with what you got. You talking about the Constitution and how he could be the president with a felony and all that. Man, that been in. That's what they did. When you're in power, you make laws to benefit you. If I was in power, I would be making laws to benefit me and mine. The problem is black people that's in power of anything don't do nothing beneficial for the next black person. We keep it away from each other. We don't get nobody no game. You just said Jay-Z is a billionaire. He don't give a damn about Brooklyn. He don't give a damn about Bed-Stuy and the rest of them. We got too many millionaires and billionaires in America, black people, where we don't even got to be talking about Trump. We could be doing our own thing. We did our own thing before we had the right to vote, before civil rights. We was doing our own thing. That's how they built all these communities. We still talking about them. We need to be talking about us. We need to fix our homes. That's what I'm saying. How can a criminal be president? Because they put it in law.
BJ,
Hundreds of years ago. That's how.
you don't think at some point in time somebody asked the question, how come black people can't vote? And somebody answered them because they put in the Constitution. So what? Find your loophole. Figure it out.
Nah, they wasn't asking them questions because they was too building. They wasn't asking them questions because they were too busy building. They was too busy building communities. So they didn't care. They didn't care to vote. The civil rights, Martin Luther King and all them, when they came along, they wanted to be included with white people. They wanted to vote and all that. But the generation after slavery was too busy building. You know why? Because they had nothing. Nothing but the clothes on their backs. So they wasn't concerned about voting and what law was in place and what whoever was president at the time was able to do. They got together and built with each other. That's what we need to get back to. Building with each other and stop worrying about what they doing. We ain't building nothing. We ain't doing nothing with each other. Why are we so worried about them? This obvious to me. It's obvious to me,
you
bro.
also should not be worried about what they doing with putting Mexicans in there too.
What happened?
Why should we be worried about them putting Mexicans in hotels for sanctuary cities?
We're not worried about it. We're not really worried about it. I'm just saying that's part of the politics of what we're talking about. I voted for this person because if you're cutting my people off food stamps, if you're cutting my people food stamps, if you cutting my people Medicaid, if you're not putting, if we got homeless people, I'm talking about Americans. If you're not putting Americans up in hotels and shit that's homeless right here, why are we allowing illegal immigrants to come over here and get debit cards and EBT cards and free healthcare and put them in housing? Why I gotta keep repeating this? It's the same. I don't see how you don't see that as an American.
They've been doing that since Ellis Island when they brought the Jews over.
Okay, that don't mean I agree with it. That's all I'm saying. I don't agree with that. That's wrong to me. That's out of pocket.
If somebody work their whole life here and pay their taxes and do what they say you're supposed to be doing to try to make your own way, and you can't even get a hearing aid when you pass your working age. So I don't agree with that.
So we back to that, but I don't understand how. Of course, you're gonna feel a way about that, but why would you think? I don't understand why you would agree with that.
I said I agree with you in that issue. Why are we giving them money over here and the people that's already here that didn't work their whole life, why they can't get it? You know? So that policy is sound like this. They trying to get a bite of the apple. Right.
Yeah. Who that, Will?
Villa, two wrongs don't make a right.
I don't know what the two wrongs are. Tell me what the two wrongs are.
The Republicans and the Democrats, they the two wings of the same bird. Both of them do wrong. They do.
I never said the Republicans are perfect. I never said they're good. I never said none of that. I'm not even a Republican. I told you that before. I'm not a Republican.
I wasn't referring that to you. I was referring to as the
No,
national.
but you don't know what they talking about. That's why I'd rather them comment, because you don't know what they talking about. We don't know what they talking about. But
right.
I don't, of course they wrong. I just said, didn't I just say, no, didn't I just say last episode, Trump is wrong about the whole Gaza shit. He going over there, what he said he was gonna do. And if they don't get released all the hostages by 12, it's gonna be all hell to pay. I said he was wrong about that too, because I know all that's gonna happen is they gonna kill more Palestinians.
And Israel didn't release none of the people they said they was gonna release, and they didn't stop bombing.
And that was another, and I ain't gonna lie, that was another question I had. So where's the hostages that Israel have? They don't have any?
They released no, they do. They released 35% of them. We got a couple of kids that was on life sentences and shit, but it's we released 67%. They released 30-something%, and they still.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why he acting like the Palestinians, Hamas is the only one that have hostages.
Because that's what I hate about taking facts from politicians. Everything that comes out of Musk or Trump's mouth in the past month.
I'm not gonna say everything.
No, everything when it comes to international politics. Let's say that.
Okay.
They're just pushing an agenda. They cherry pick facts. They go on off of tangents. They see that condom thing. They run with it. They defund the UN. They do that bullshit off of this is not where you get your facts. It's not from Trump. It's not from anybody in American politics. Every fact that they give is just to push an agenda. Obviously, they've been having the same narrative about Israel. He wants Palestinians out of Palestine, and he's giving it all to Israel. So he's going to say whatever it takes. He's going to say whatever facts. He's going to focus on the hostages. Nobody even asking where the fuck is the Palestinian hostages at. Because Trump keeps talking about one fact.
Villa responded, letting them in here in the past and letting them in now. Those are the two wrongs he was referring to.
What happened?
Letting them in here now. I mean, in the past and letting them in now.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with that.
At the end of the day, BJ,
nowhere in the world can you take a flight, go to some country and just go. They're gonna check you, your passport, visa, There's no reason
They're
why
not letting you
illegals-
in.
There's no reason why illegals are coming.
They're not letting you in. And Trump has the highest approval rating in the history, I want to say. So it's not like, I don't know where they finding these people. I guess whatever. Of course you're gonna find people, but the TV, the media will have you thinking that half the country hates Trump. Trump still has a high approval rating to this day. Today, still.
Among Republicans.
So it's just all right. So 80% of the country are Republicans, Kurt.
No, when they tell you those numbers, that's he's favorite in the Republican Party. If you look at the polls of how Democrats view him, he'll have probably maybe a 20% approval rating. So those ratings ain't all of the people. It's just this particular.
I don't know where they got the ratings from, but it's the same ratings they use all the time. Whether it's Trump, Biden, Obama, the same ratings. Kamala is the same ratings they always use. I don't know where they getting their stats from, but when Biden had his ratings and Obama had the ratings, Obama ratings was high. It's the same algorithm they're using. So I don't even know why we even saying that. It's the same system they use. But now that it's Trump, it's we have to, of course, the Democrats, because y'all don't care about nothing but being a Democrat. Y'all don't care about anything. I've heard people literally told me a dog could run against Trump. I'm voting for the dog. What? What Sweet Mom said?
The dog wouldn't give Gaza.
Trump and Elon is exposing this corrupt government.
The dog too.
That's a fact.
But they're not exposing their corruptness in the government. They're not showing what they're doing. They haven't showed us not one iota of proof of his financial records in regards to, government contracts. That's like asking a criminal to expose himself or to investigate himself. You can't, have somebody over investigation of corruption that's corrupt.
Kurt, do y'all realize, Kurt and Nor, do y'all realize all the corruption Biden had? That's why he pardoned his whole family. He had to pardon his whole family. I guarantee you, when Trump leave, he's not gonna have to pardon his whole family. And they already investigated his whole family, his sons and all that.
Been accused yet.
He pardoned people that wasn't even accused. He gave future pardons to his family, all the people around him. And you want to sit here and talk about corruption?
Wait, because Donald Trump promised to politicize his Justice Department. He was going to send people out there, his political enemies. He just going to go and find something to get a conviction on your family, your kids, and all that shit.
Yeah, like they did to him.
If I tell you that I'm getting ready, if I win the presidency, I'm going to make the FBI investigate you and try to find some dirt on you. But this is the thing.
I agree with you. And just like they tried to do to him, but guess what? All they could get was him manipulating some numbers for whatever loan he got, when the people that gave him the money said they kept doing business with him.
They got him on.
That's the only thing they got. But okay, guess what? If you don't have nothing to hide, and you're not doing anything, then you don't have to worry about no one coming after you. Period. I don't care how many times and who said Trump. And actually, to tell you the truth, they asked Trump if he was going to go after Biden's son, and he said no. He said, no, I'm not. That wouldn't be right. That's what he said. It wouldn't be right. He said, even though Hunter Biden has been a very, very bad boy, he said, no, it wouldn't be right. I wouldn't do that to Joe Biden. He said that out of his own mouth. But y'all want to come up with this story he's going to go after Hunter Biden. That's why Joe Biden had to pardon him. Then why Joe Biden lied to y'all face and said he wasn't going to pardon his son, that his son wasn't above the law. Why you talking about, people above the law and not ordinary people and all that? He should have went to jail for all them gun and crack possessions he got. He ain't go to jail yet.
Pardon is a partisan thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a power that they give every president. Remember they pardoned Nixon. You know what I'm saying? So, they see that. When Trump got in office, he pardoned a whole bunch of motherfuckers that had been convicted of different shit.
No,
You
I
know what I'm
understand. I understand they do that, but we was talking about corruption. If there's no corruption, there is no reason to give your family future pardons. If
Then
there's no corruption there.
Why were the insurrectionist people pardoned? Why did Trump pardon? If there was nothing wrong, why they was in prison?
I'm not talking about them, bro. I ain't say nothing
I'm
about
talking
them.
about pardon.
They obviously broke the law. That's why they went to jail. I wasn't talking about them, but
But
he
they got
pardoned them
caught.
because that's his people. They went out there and did that for him and
Is
to
it
represent
corrupt?
him.
Is it corrupt?
No, that don't make him corrupt.
Okay, so then it can't be corrupt that Biden did it. A pardon is a pardon. It's a power that they give a president, guilty or not. It will stop investigations from being able to be,
Right,
you
but
know,
that wasn't Trump. That was the January 6th people. That wasn't Trump and his family. I'm talking about Biden and his family and his son, who time and time again is caught smoking crack and getting caught with guns, etc. You know what I'm saying? And also the whole during that impeachment trial, the whole thing with him and China came up too. That was a whole corruption scheme too. Even with Hillary Clinton and her emails, it's corruption. Period. It's corruption. Period. But there's a reason why they don't want Trump in that White House.
because he's gonna turn down democracy as we know it, and maybe that's what we need.
What's that comment?
Biden's son Hunter had cocaine in the White House. Most definitely need a pardon.
Yeah, got a pardon.
And then,
Got a pardon.
what was the other one at? It said, Barron said when told Joe you forgot to pardon yourself.
Oh, I'm like, man, I understand, man. Y'all hate him so much, but one thing about it, man.
Suleiman always reminded us that Joe Biden said, "You ain't black if you don't vote for me."
And nobody said nothing.
Not a word.
Nobody said nothing. They cackled about that. That was so funny. Hillary Clinton said she got hot sauce in her bag.
Where did that information come from?
He said it out his mouth. He said
When?
it.
I don't ever remember seeing
When he
that.
was running, I'll send it to you later. When he was running for presidency against Trump the first time, he was on the Breakfast Club talking to Charlamagne the God. He said, "If y'all don't vote for me, y'all not black." He said it.
Man said, "I think we all understand which sides are corrupt. I hope."
Which sides? I'm gonna say all sides. I'm not gonna pick a side on corruption.
Bird.
The political system is corrupt. Period. I'm not gonna pick a side in that. But when it comes to evil, demonic behavior, I'm giving that to the Democrats.
Yeah, both of them. Both of them.
I'm giving that to the Democrats.
Shakira
for sure.
said, Jesse Jackson Jr. said Biden issued pardons for his entire family and left the remainder of American families in felonization.
Why Biden didn't pardon them black people that went after Trump? Because that's who he's coming after. Letitia James.
Yeah, he ain't protect them.
He didn't protect them. He didn't protect none of the black people that went after Trump
Sent them on a dummy
for the
mission.
Biden administration. None of them. But he protected his family that didn't even commit crimes.
BJ, he put black people in the Supreme Court. That's a lot more impactful than whatever you're saying he didn't do.
No, it ain't.
And that's not more
Because let y'all tell it,
Supreme Court of America.
Trump and them run everything. So they ain't gonna matter anyway. But
The Supreme
listen,
Court will always matter.
the black people that went after
Every
Trump
executive order
for
Trump made.
Biden administration and the Democrats, he didn't pardon. He left them for dead. Trump is coming after them, starting with Letitia James. Trump is coming after them.
So how
That's
you
why
gonna put Biden
Eric Adams.
for-
That's why Eric Adams been hanging out with Trump lately, and he's about to get a pardon. And he's gonna tell all they dirty little secrets up there in New York. Guarantee, I see it coming. I see it coming. Eric Adams is about to flip on them because you know why? They flipped on him. The same Democratic government you talking about flipped on Eric Adams, the black man, when the black man started telling the truth about New York and how the illegal immigrants and all that was messing New York economy up, was destroying New York. So as soon as he started telling the truth, they flipped on him. And once he saw that, he felt that, he went on and started meeting with Trump. What that one say?
And he gonna go to
Sign is
jail
divine
like the rest
spirituality
of
and righteousness. All praise Allah. All praise to Allah. Excuse me.
I mean, I just agree with more stuff on the right side, man. You know what I mean? What Bree
Right.
said?
Bree said, meanwhile, he passed the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act of 1994. Yeah, Joe blocked a lot of folks up.
Oh yeah. They only been. I forgot about that, Bree. I'm not even going back that far. For real. They just throw that aside. But they rather talk about what Trump said about the Central Park 5 kids.
And he
They
wasn't
don't
even
care.
in office.
They don't care about what Joe Biden did.
Right.
They rather talk about what Trump said. Come on,
Okay,
man.
but Joe Biden didn't do that by himself. How much bipartisan agreement he got in passing it? Look at who else is on it. They just showing one name out of all the congressmen that passed that law. It was more than just Joe Biden. Joe Biden can't one person by himself pass no law. It takes the House and the Senate
He
to
supported
pass
it.
a law. Yeah, Joe Biden might have been in it.
One thing about it, he was the face of it. Once again, okay, he didn't pass the law or whatever. He sure made it up. He said he did. He said that was his law. He said that.
He was proud of it.
He said that.
You want to talk about what Trump did? Do you think Trump never did any action that hurt black people?
I didn't say that. But
I'm asking-
we could go there. That's fine. We could go there. What has he done that hurt black people?
The Fair Housing Act that he rolled back that was providing fair housing opportunities for black people and banning racial segregation in apartments because he wanted to.
And whose apartments? What apartments?
I don't know what that law exactly applied to. Let me Google it.
You remember that, Kurt?
Affirmative fair housing. I can't
Was
remember.
it something he owned?
His father owned it.
His father owned the building? That was the building that his father owned?
The affirmatively furthering fair housing rule was a regulation introduced under the Obama administration to strengthen the Fair Housing Act and combat racial segregation and discrimination in housing by requiring local governments to take active steps to promote inclusive housing policies and analyze patterns of segregation in housing.
Who owned it was
It
his building?
It wasn't about no specific building. He was obviously going to benefit by it because he had previously.
I don't. You got to help me understand it. So
It's not the 2015 thing. It's not about what you talk about. The old shit was like, yeah, there was a building owned by his father, the one that he was.
Okay, so you're not talking about that.
No, I'm talking about the law that he rolled back that Obama had pushed that was supposed to combat racial segregation in housing.
In housing, what? In the projects?
Housing period. The housing market, how
Federal housing funds. So like, yeah, all any housing
authority
receive money from federal funds. It's not just a project.
I see what I like to do, Kurt. Before I even speak on anything, I want to understand it first. I want to know exactly what I'm speaking on.
right, you're right.
I still don't understand.
It's called the AFFH, Affirmatively Furthering Fair Housing. In 2020, Trump rolled it back, arguing that it infringed on property rights and it was too burdensome. Even the shit that we talk about in South Africa now, don't you think that's crazy? The eminent domain shit. I don't even remember if we talked about it, but we was gonna talk about like the Smith family shit today about eminent domain. You don't think that's harmful for black people? The fact that what he's talking about South Africa, that he's literally cutting off aid to South Africa because they wanted to start giving land to black people as reparations. He wanted to prevent that by cutting off aid to another country because that's how much he thinks black people shouldn't get reparations. Even though South Africa literally had like more than 5 laws passed within the past 50 years that literally just gave land to white people only. You don't think that harmed black people?
I'm still on this AFAH.
We need to move on to that. That's actually the worst thing he's done to black people. I just remembered that. That's the worst way he's harmed.
This ain't shit. Have you read it? This ain't nothing.
I'm
reading what it's about. It's nothing.
Why would he roll it back to protect property rights? The whole thing was just that the government is supposed to assess segregation in housing to determine whether there's buildings that are only rented to white people, which you know is a thing because that's what Trump was doing.
Nah, that don't seem like that's what that's about.
That's exactly what it's about. They was just
Yeah.
analyzing patterns of segregation to promote inclusive housing policies and not avoid leasing to certain minorities. How could any president come up and say that?
Okay, let me just read the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. It has a software as a service solution that helps with financial accounting. That's number 1. Helps with finance digital transformation, ERP migration, and intercompany processing. That's number 2. Helps with connecting to any data source or target. Number 3. Helps with controlling financial data, ensuring data quality, and providing audit tools.
What are
Number
you reading?
4.
Where are you reading this
Helps with configuring and supervising financial and accounting data flows.
Yeah, y'all talking about two different things.
I don't think we talk about the same thing.
All right, we can't be then because this ain't shit. AFAH. That's what you
No,
said, right?
AFFH.
Oh, AFFH.
Affirmatively furthering fair housing. It started in 1968, and then Obama strengthened it in.
Okay, I got it now. I was about that ain't shit.
Oh yeah, Lyndon Johnson started it. Then Nixon had a problem with it. Then Obama brought it back. Now Trump got a
Federal
problem
housing funds to take action to combat housing and promote
Tube
racial equity and opportunity for all by undoing historic patterns of segregation and
It's literally, it's such a generic law too. It's just like no
segregation. Man, I don't care about this neither, man.
It was some nonsense to appease.
I don't
black
care about
people.
this neither, man.
Because I think Nixon had a problem. One of the presidents had a problem with it. It escapes me.
I don't care about anything combating segregation, man.
And then when Dr. King was killed, they passed it to make it seem like they was doing something for us. It was a joke.
Yeah.
You don't think
I don't care nothing about that.
You don't think
I don't have no problem with that.
President rolling back an initiative by a black president to promote to avoid segregation is fucked up, but it's what Biden did that was really harmful to black people. But promoting segregation isn't on that same threshold. It's not an action.
Black people were doing their best when we were segregated. I don't care nothing about that. Nothing. We fucked up when we
law.
Yeah. We destroyed our communities when we wanted to rub shoulders with white people and live with white people and eat with white people and go to white people's schools. You know what I mean? When we were segregated, we was doing our best. We was thriving during segregation. So yeah, you can move on from that. Thank you, Trump. Get rid of that shit. Get rid of DEI too. Get rid of all of it. Affirmative action. Get rid of all that. We didn't have it in the 1900s, the 1910s, the 1920s, the 1930s, the 1890s, the 1880s.
And
it's funny that's when all our black inventors, was born and created in those times. After 1950, we didn't create nothing. Hold on, matter of fact.
Everything we did, they took.
Hold on, matter of fact. Will, when you get a chance, play this clip for me right quick. But go ahead. What was the next thing you had, Nora? You had something else.
The South Africa bullshit that he was talking about.
Okay, the South African stuff. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. What you saying?
He's cutting off aid to South Africa because South Africa just started a new law that uses eminent domain, which is what's always used in America to take black people's land for the public use. The shit that we was gonna talk about. Did you talk about the Smith family when I was gone? The 600 acres.
Yeah, the eminent domain. We have that here in
America. In America, we use that to rip land away from black people when they start to have too much land and give it to white people in the name of public use.
No, they're not giving it to white. They're not giving it to white people. The Smith family owns
corporations. It's a white-owned private corporation. It's owned by white people.
Okay, but you got to be careful with what you say because when people hear you, they gonna think people are really gonna think that they're taking land from black people and giving it to white people.
What are they doing?
So what they're doing is
a white-owned corporation.
You gonna let me answer?
Yeah.
Smith family owns 600 acres in South Georgia, about 2 hours from here. They taking, and it's not just the Smith family. It's about 5 or 6 families down there. The Smith family is actually the only black family down there that has 600 acres. The rest of them are white. They're taking acres from the white people too, and bringing a railroad through there. They're taking some of them. They're not taking all their They're not taking all their land. They're taking however many acres of their land. pause it for me, Will. They're taking how many acres of their land that they're taking, whatever, but they're also taking it from the other 4 or 5 white families that's with this black family. But, you know, America thrives off of putting black people up there and saying, look how racist America is, It's wrong, period. And I'm mad. I'm applauding the Smith family for still having 600 acres from 1918. I'm applauding that. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing against that eminent domain and the same eminent domain that they're using against the other 4 or 5 white families that's down there also to bring this railroad through that's going to bring more, that's going to bring gravel, cement, and rocks for the stuff they're trying to build in that city. That's what's happening down there with that. But look, this who I'm talking about, Kurt. This the type of old head that I'm talking about right quick. When I talk about them old niggas that was born in the 1920s and the 1930s, this the type.
This land is.
Hold on, y'all. It's a quick clip.
I know you ain't gonna put that clip you sent me.
The people haven't seen it. Let them see this clip right quick. It's quick. This the spirit we don't have no more. And he was born in 1930.
65 years old, and I was born in 1930. And you know what? Black people was a whole lot better off. More of them finished school.
Yeah.
And more of them had their own business because I lived through it. And then why should I'm 65 years old and I can't read and write. How come that I get all the money I want ever since I've been here? I ain't never been discriminated against. Ain't no white man never discriminated against me. If he did, I didn't know nothing about it. I create a baby. I can create anything. I don't need the welfare to give me nothing. I don't need no formative action. I'm a man. I'm not no kid. And bell curve was right. You is useless if you ain't got something to take care of yourself. Why am I gonna go beg a white man for a job? How come I can't hire him? I'm an American. And I'm not a black American. I'm a Louisiana American. And I get my own business. How did the white man get his business? And the white folks help me. They've been helping me ever since I've been here, and we respect each other. And you gonna tell me that the worst thing ever could have happened to America was that Civil Rights March? That is the worst thing could ever happen. And you come along, and you doing more than Jim Crow, hanging, and everything else. People like you, because you were saying they need this. I don't care if they hang a mule up there. I am down here to get an education. I don't care about what you think of me. I don't need you to accept me. You don't have to accept me. I'm an American. And if I accept myself, you will. And you gonna give me a welfare check? How come you don't give me how come affirmative action don't get me a business?
Okay.
Do you understand?
How come affirmative action don't give me a business? Yeah, they got different spirits. He was born in 1930. That's a different spirit.
That's a
Hey,
different
he
world.
got the spirit of first children I got.
One at a time. Go ahead, Kurt.
You know how he got his money? He was pimping hoes. You know, he was crazy. He sounds like a little old man pimp. He used to be pimping them hoes back in the day.
That's the spirit that came over you from watching that clip. That's the spirit that came over you from watching that clip. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? But we'll sit here and talk about Trump.
What he said.
And that's the first thing you want to say about that man, that Louisiana black man that said he don't need nothing from nobody. He'll create his own.
He said, well, I don't care if they hang a mule. I'm down here to get an education. But his first statement is he can't read or write. He got a really good education, but what? He ain't got one because he can't read or write.
You kicking. Y'all see your chat? Y'all see how he kicking that black man down?
Josh with him.
Y'all see what Josh said? Pin what Josh said. Y'all see how these black men kicking that black man down that say he don't need nothing from the white man? That say he don't want to live with the white man? that say he could have a business? Why affirmative action won't give him a business? Don't give me no welfare. Give me a business if you're gonna give me something. I don't need nothing from them. He said, I can't read and I can't read or write, but I'm still out here. I'm gonna get some money. And y'all kicking that down? What y'all said?
He lost me when he said he don't know how to read and write.
He lost you when he said he don't know how to read or write. When our people came out of slavery and built them Wall Streets, they didn't know how to read and write. Only a select few of them. So they all lost you too? The people that built the black communities in Rosewood and Greenville and Tulsa, Oklahoma, couldn't read or write neither. It ain't all about read and write. See, that's what happened. See, that's the problem too with you educated Negroes. With you educated Negroes with them degrees and stuff. That's another problem we have. It ain't about education. You know what I mean? It's about what you can build for yourself, your family, or your community. That's what it's about. Some of us need to be educated because we're going to need doctors. We're going to need lawyers. We're going to need plumbers and electricians and all. And that don't really even require education. Some of us need, but all of us don't have to be educated, Josh. He don't have to learn how to, you got all the degrees. You don't know how to put a roof. You don't know how to build a house. I'm sure he know how to build a house. He know how to do a whole, he probably a mechanic. He probably could do that, plumbing, all that, roofing, whatever. Louisiana nigga. I know he know how to do that stuff. Go ahead, Noah.
BJ, that mentality may have worked for him in 1930. America is too bureaucratized right now for you to not know how to read and write and own a successful business and get anything near generational wealth without an education. The barriers right now.
Floyd Mayweather can't read and write.
Right now, for you to grow a successful business in 2025 versus in 1930, it's a whole different world. Back then, how many people owned a house before the age of 40 in the 1930? How many people own a house before 40 now? It's a whole different ballgame. I'm telling you, even like the dumbest thing.
Y'all just watch that clip, and all three of y'all, Kurt, Josh, Noah, all three of y'all, all y'all wanted to do was dissect that man that said, all y'all wanted to do was dissect that man that said he don't need the government for nothing. The man that said he can't read and write is sitting here telling his people, telling that white woman that was an affirmative action lawyer, that's who the white woman was, he was talking to her, telling her that he don't need the government for nothing. The man that can't read and write is telling them, I don't need nothing from y'all. I'm going to get it on my own. I'm going to get my own business. I'm going to do it myself. Or y'all want to focus on him saying he can't read and write.
I don't care about him not.
He ain't homeless. He ain't on the street begging for nothing.
This philosophy just doesn't work modernly. Tell me how you gonna make a business fresh out of high school. You just graduated. You got nothing in your name. You want to start. What you gonna do, BJ? What you gonna do? You gonna start a laundromat, a deli?
No, plumbing. You could be a plumber. You could be an electrician. You go get your CDL and drive a truck and be a truck and start your own truck business. You could be a mechanic. What are you talking about? It's so many things you could be.
It's a billion barriers for you to actually own a successful business without an education at the age of 18. Today, that's not like the cost of living in America are too fucking high for you to even be able to afford the overhead. Like even just owning a stupid smoke shop, the overhead was ridiculous. We had like investors of 300. What went into that smoke shop on fucking Broadway in the trenches of Brooklyn? It was $250,000.
Guess what? You know what? You might be right when it comes to New York, but everywhere else, you fresh out of high school. All you need is a skill. All you need is a skill to start a business and an LLC. That's it. And to be good at that skill.
In New York, we needed 6 Chinese investors.
That's New York. And guess what? New York is for the Jews. That's New York. New York is for the Jews and the immigrants. New York is not for the black American at all. I encourage black people to go down south. For real, for real. Go back to the south. Go back to the plantation.
Shout out to our family members in the chat, man. Y'all been holding us down. The chat popping. My damn fingers hurt. I've been typing since.
What up? We can hit some comments. We got about another 10 minutes, y'all. We can hit some comments.
They gonna hang Kurt. Bree said, Kurt, that's crazy. You feel that way about that black man.
All I'm saying is, I just look in the whole thing. And BJ, you kind of broke that up.
What you mean?
I just was looking at the fact that he said, I don't need nothing from the government. I appreciate that part. When he say, I can't read or write, okay, I take that statement as what it is. His follow-up statement to that was, You know, I don't care if you hang a mule up there. I just want to get an education. I'm just down here to get an education. I'm down here. I want to get an education, but you can't read and write. How you want an education? How does it show you want an education and you haven't learned how to read and write? Education, whether you learning how to do plumbing or whatever. So what you out here doing? That's
Hey,
causing you to be
It
dressed
wasn't
up
in the
like
cards for
you back
him.
in
Y'all
the
taking it the wrong
y'all,
way.
y'all,
He's saying he can't read and write, and he still don't want nothing
come
from the
on, man. They
government.
don't get that. They don't
I
get that. That's
understand
crazy to
that.
me. That's why I just be laughing
But
because this
I
is
said
crazy, man.
it's
That man was born in
contradiction.
1930. That was 1995 because he said he was
But
65 years old. That man is 65 years old in 1995. He ain't crying about. He could obviously. I'm willing to bet he could read and write by then. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't want nothing. All right, so put it like this: the black man without the education that can't read and write don't want nothing. But you educated Negroes want DEI, affirmative action. Y'all want everything. Make that make sense. Simple and plain. That's as simple as I can make it. The educated Negro don't want nothing.
I
But the
still,
uneducated Negro, the educated Negro want everything, but the uneducated Negro don't want nothing from nobody. Get it on his own. That's what
but
he's saying.
you give a double negative. Like I don't understand that. You
I
saying that
see. I see.
you made the statement that he said he don't want nothing from the government.
Right?
But at the end of the statement, when he said, I don't care if it's a college, all I want to do is get an education. You can't say you don't want nothing, but you want something and make it make sense.
Why fight against affirmative action? Like, I don't understand why you would have a stance. Like, even if, okay, that works for some people, but at the end of the day, and Ivy League education being only accessible to the top Chinese immigrants that are earning the same SAT scores as some black people in America, that's not fucked up to you? My sister went to Harvard in 2012, and there was not a single black person that she met over there. Everybody was Chinese. I went to Cornell a year ago, and after those programs, and after there was some change in the past 10 years, there was a lot of black people at Cornell, and they were at the top. They had an entrepreneurship program where they could build their own businesses at Cornell. Like, it's like, I don't know why you think that these opportunities and affirmative action can't be one way that they help black people, get the same opportunities as white people.
Because
You in a position where you can pay the overhead cost to start your business, you can do that too. But like, why are you against affirmative action? It's definitely helped a lot of black people get to the top. Like, it's a lot of black people
No.
the
now.
government was never designed with us in mind for our
Nothing.
benefit. So
Nothing.
we will be insane and mentally
Nothing.
disturbed to sit back and wait for them to do anything that we benefit from.
The government never came with a program that actually benefited black people.
You don't think
Never.
affirmative action ever benefited a black person?
No. Dude, see, if look into it. The black people thrived before all of this shit, before the civil rights, before affirmative action, before the right to vote. Before the right to vote, we was thriving. We got crushed after the civil rights movement. We lost black businesses after the civil rights movement.
And half of the shit was from the eminent domain shit that you're saying now is
No, it
affecting
wasn't.
people
No, it
equally.
wasn't.
How did Wall Street
No,
go?
it
How did
wasn't. It was from us spending our dollars with the white establishments instead of staying with the black establishments. When we boycotted the Montgomery bus boycott, when we did that and they finally after a year let us ride the white man bus and all that, our black buses went out of business. It ain't no eminent domain.
BJ, it's a billion thriving black businesses that went out of business due to eminent domain. Black Wall Street, Tulsa.
Yeah, those was okay, yes. Those was instances where they did come and destroy shit that we built, that black people built without education. Everybody was not educated. Minority of black people were educated. We used to get killed for knowing how to read and write. Y'all remember that, right? Literally got killed for that. So it's only a limited amount of black people that actually were educated anyway. So even to build, you're missing the point. Even to build the communities that we don't have now, after all the education, to build the communities that we had back then, our people did it without education. They did it with skills. Skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills.
We got about 7 minutes before we close. I want to talk about did Sharpton sell us out with that buyout crap to marching us down to Costco, and then we found out later he was basically bought out.
Go ahead, Kurt. You want to answer that?
I don't know nothing about it. I don't know
He
nothing about
received
it.
$500K from Harris
yeah, from
campaign.
Kamala's administration.
But just recently when the DEI stuff popped up and he said let's shop Costco,
Yeah.
his nonprofit profited tremendously.
And that was a bunch of educated Negroes.
Well, all politicians do that.
Sharpton a politician?
No, I said all politicians use that position they in and get them donations, and it goes to their well-being. It don't go to the people. All politicians do that. They've been doing that since when I was a young man, back in Ford, Nixon days. You know, they get in office, they get into that power of authority, so they rubbing shoulders with motherfuckers that can, you know, shake the tree for them. They get on.
And this what I mean when I say black people. This is a clear-cut example when I say we got weak after the 50s and the 60s, because all we concerned about is what the government can give us. Why are you so against what the government can give you? Because the government never did nothing for black. The government been the #1 enemy of black people since we've been in this country. Since we've been in this country, the government. That was our enemy first. Then the Ku Klux Klan and all of them after. But it was the government, #1 enemy, the whole time.
The Ku Klux Klan is the government. They were
all right.
You know,
Okay.
they were the first politicians. You know what I'm saying? They ran different states and policies until, you know, you got other people that had difference of opinion and they pushed them out.
Okay, the government was formed before the Ku Klux Klan was formed. The government always been our #1 enemy, man. Always.
And believe it or not, those were really, they were named Ku Klux Klan at that time. They named the colonials.
Okay,
you know, they was racist because they came over here with black people trained.
So what Josh just said?
We had HBCU back then. Education was always a key to success for black people.
You don't think it's the reason the white man never wanted black people to like read or write? You don't think that they knew that was the biggest barrier to growth, the real like development?
No, I don't think that was the biggest barrier.
Why they didn't want black people to read or write?
No, I don't think so.
If you can't read and write, you can't learn. You can't learn how to thrive.
So how do children learn? How do babies learn?
Penetrate.
They can't read and write. How can a baby learn all the way up to the point they 5 years old? All they doing is learning. Actually, they said your brain works its best from the time you're born to you're about 8 years old. So how are babies learning? If you can't learn, if you can't read and write, you can't learn. How are babies learning?
Because your parents educate you as to different things. No,
they can't read and write, right, Kurt?
Right, but then they learn to read and write.
But they learn it, right?
Yeah, they get educated as to how to read and write.
Okay, so do you understand that after slavery, white people couldn't even finish? They couldn't even function. White people couldn't even function. You know why? Because they had all the education and the slaves had all the skills. That's a fact. Look it up.
So
that's
they
a fact.
learn how to.
White people could not function, Will.
I know.
Yeah.
Right after slavery, they was lost. They couldn't grow no food. Then guess what? Guess who else didn't have an education? This white man education, this European education. The Native Americans, the Native Indians. They didn't have an education either. But the Pilgrims was dying. The Pilgrims was dying before the Native Indians came and taught them how to grow corn and saved their lives. And they turned around and killed them. All these educated people been the evil ones since the beginning. They've been the evil ones. The educated people are the problem.
The educated people work for the people who dropped out of high school.
The educated people are the problem, bro.
But that's the thing, like over time, the concentration, like in America, especially as an immigrant, like why you think I chose law? Like I wasn't passionate about law when I was 17. I chose law when I was 17.
You need an education to be a lawyer.
I knew that was my ticket to a 6-figure salary in the West. And I just wanted to start making six figures at an early age because I needed to, like in Jordan, for example, to make a business or whatever, everything needs overhead. Like there's no way you can use a skill to make real money without having real money to begin with, to set it up in that way. Like it's so hard. And it's not no
you don't get it.
It's
You
not
don't
no
get it.
way. It's just
Hey,
really
guess
hard.
what?
It's harder than getting a six-figure salary, especially in
That's
America.
fine.
Doctors, lawyers, engineers, these people are the ones that it's the most certain path to financial security. It's just the most certain path. What you talk about skills and all that, in today's world, skills are not as valuable as they were 200 years ago because these trade professions.
Hey, that's just your opinion.
A business genius, a business whiz. You know how to.
That's just your opinion. That's just your opinion. Cause I came home to $600. I came home to $600.
That is my opinion.
And yeah, I ain't gonna talk on that, but I came home to $600, and I got 6 trucks, and ain't nobody give me no money. So that's just your opinion. That's and ain't nothing wrong with how you thinking, cause you gonna be a lawyer. You want to get your education. That's cool. But I got a mean circle of black men down here that work for themselves that don't got all that education, and six figures ain't no six figures ain't a problem at all. Six figures ain't a problem at all.
I'm saying this is harder. You took the harder path. Why would we advocate the harder path?
Nah, the hardest path. The hardest path. I could. You trying to tell me what I've done? I could speak for myself. The hardest path I ever took was being in the streets. The hardest path. This is easy to me.
Total. I'm comparing my path to your path.
No, we don't need to compare paths because you're trying to be you're a lawyer, so of course you took that path. I understand that. That's cool. I said previously. I said some of us do need to get an education because we need doctors, lawyers, engineer. You really don't need an education for engineering either. We had engineers fresh out of slavery. They was engineers. They didn't have an education.
I say engineers built the damn school.
They built the schools. We had our own hospitals. We had our own schools. We had our own banks. We had our own everything fresh out of slavery. No education, skills. When slavery was abolished, white people couldn't function. Plantations went dry because black people left. You know what they had to do? They had to beg black people to come back, pay them to come back to the plantation to run the plantation because white people with all the education didn't know how to do nothing. Black people with no education created toilet bowls, created the cotton gin, created all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying? No education. So there's no way y'all gonna convince me to believe that education is the all and be all. No. But I understand some. I'm not saying all black people is gonna thrive with no education. I'm not saying that.
I'm just saying it's the easiest path for the average American to come up from nothing into being an employee that makes more than 80 grand a year.
No, it ain't. Only if you're gonna be a doctor or a lawyer. Only if you're gonna be a doctor or a lawyer. It's not the easiest path. Niggas is in debt from going to college. Niggas is in debt. I ain't got no debt, not no student loan.
American, I will go study in Europe for free.
Man, people in debt, man. All right, that's you going back over there. We talking about America. People in a lot of debt and working regular jobs with them degrees. People got degrees and making $50,000 a year, $60,000 a year. You don't need a degree. You could have filled out an application to work for the city in New York, MTA. For that, you go work at Rikers Island with a high school diploma and make $100,000 a year. Come on, man, what we talking about here? And the HBCUs, back to what Josh said, we can stay right here though.
Okay.
The HBCUs, when I guess I don't know when the first HBCU was created, but HBCUs are owned by who? White people.
Exactly.
There's no black-owned college. Tell me. What HBCUs are supposed to be black colleges? Black-owned or something? Please tell me. Please somebody put a black-owned college in the chat for me. Because last time I checked, all them HBCUs y'all went to are white-owned.
Let's see, HBCU.
Or funded
From slave masters.
or funded by the federal
Check it out.
government. Yeah.
Spelman,
Howard Black.
Clark, and all that. Those are HBCUs. Those are old slave masters. Check it out. Do the history on y'all HBCUs. See who own them. See where they come from. Historical black colleges owned by white people. That's a slap in the face, man. Y'all crazy, man. Y'all crazy. Y'all
They
crazy,
say most
man.
of them are not owned by black people.
HBCUs, historical black colleges owned by white people. Ain't that funny?
That's crazy.
White people been playing this game so long that it's just funny to me, dog. It's so funny. And I respect it. That's the problem. They don't respect it. They want to cry, complain, ask for shit, beg for stuff and all that. Nah, I respect it, dog, because it's chess, not checkers. I see every move they making. That's funny. It's funny to me. Every move I see them make, I say, yo, they hilarious, bro. They about 100 years ahead of us.
At least.
We still talking about education, but all you got to do is do the history, man. Don't forget we forget our history. Look at our history, man. Don't forget about the old niggas, man. Don't leave them slaves out. Boy, we need that spirit back, man. We done lost that spirit, man, from them slaves, man, from them niggas. For real talk.
As for Al Sharpton, never trust a pastor who openly promotes it's okay to kill babies through abortion and LGBTQ, both major sins in the Bible, Torah, and Quran.
Another educated Negro. I was bumping shoulders with them, 17, 18 years old. All them educated Negroes. Al Sharpton, Reverend Floyd Flake, Marshall Mitchell. I forgot the white Jewish dude name. I ran the street team that opened the first charter school in Harlem, Walter Sasulu. I was with those was my mentors when I was 17, 18. You know what I mean? I was running around with them. They was millionaires at 25, 26. They lived over there on State Street that Jay-Z be rapping about and all that. They had that at 25, 26 years old. Wow. I was running around with them. You know what I'm saying? They was cutting checks. They was making business moves, yeah. But, man, come on, man. Everybody, it's about what all them politicians putting money in their pocket. I was delivering checks to Al Sharpton. All them politicians putting money in every Friday, that was my job, to ride around in the town car and get these dudes they checks. Reverend Floyd Flake, Al Sharpton, all the rest of these dudes. They was getting paid. Every charter school they built, while black people still talking about education, every charter school they built, they got a check from every month. They got a check from. They ain't nothing but money. Morehouse is owned by white people. Yeah, I agree. They all owned by white people. I don't know a black college that's owned by black people or anybody, a black organization or any. I don't know one. I don't know of one. You want to hit like a couple of comments before we head out? Noah, what you got? What you reading, Noah?
I was Googling if Morehouse is owned by white people or black people. Because every single college you search, it says historically black. And when they say that, I feel like it's not black anymore. Like it used to be black.
The student population was black, but the people that own it, that built it, that founded it, white. And they come from slavery. Come from slave masters. But that's what I'm trying to tell you, Noah. It's a game. This country been playing a game with us for the longest. The white rich people created low budget colleges, I guess from the affirmative action and DEI, these low budget colleges.
This shit ain't been around for more than 20 years.
Name them HBCUs for black people to go there and feel privileged or something, I guess. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
To stop building and go sit in the classroom and learn something.
And then they don't really respect the degrees from there. They don't respect degrees from Morehouse, Spelman, Clark, and the HBCUs. They don't. They told me. I've heard people, educated people say it. I've heard it.
African Americans built this country and created everything.
Noah, you went to, what school you went to? Cornell?
Yeah.
You're getting picked over someone coming out of
it was just a bunch of Jews. Everybody at Cornell was Jewish, but it's like there was like.
And it's the reason why. It's the reason why you're getting picked, and y'all getting picked over everybody coming out of Morehouse.
But BG, I came like the immigrant perspective is just very different. Like the way education in America, it's like everybody's ticket to freedom. Like I was trained like a dog from when I was 4 years old, but this was my only way out of Jordan. I had to get.
That's why I understand why you coming from where you coming from. I understand that.
It's like a different
understand
perspective.
the
Because also building shit in Jordan, like it's always been in countries with war-torn countries, like it's
Do
you don't
y'all
want
have education in Jordan? Do y'all have like free education schools?
yeah, it's like dirt cheap. Like college is like a couple $100, but it's like up maximum 4 or 5 grand. But it's like an education in Jordan would not get you a salary. It'll barely get you a job. If I was an attorney in Jordan, I'd be making like 50 grand. Like the job is just different there. A lawyer is not even a well-respected job in Jordan. A lawyer is like a
What's a well respected job in Jordan? Tell the
doctor.
truth. Tell the
Doctor.
truth.
Doctors is making money. But
Who
my
else?
grandparents all came up with farming. Like my grandparents in Palestine was olive farmers. They started a new farm in Jordan. They started their own juicery. They make olive oil. They make olive juice. So my grandparents from my Palestinian side came up off of farming, and from my mom's side there was all in politics. My grandfather was like a minister in Syria. So just politics and farming. But my parents was the first generation that had to actually get jobs because they lost their countries. So they lost, like my grandfather went to jail because when Syria went to war, everybody in politics ended up in jail when it was a new leadership. So it's like when the second generation, our parents are the first ones that had to get jobs and not like trade jobs, like professions.
Morehouse College was founded in 1867 by Reverend William Jefferson White in August, Georgia, African American man. So he owns Morehouse College.
He founded it.
William, I
That's
saw
a
William
good one,
White,
Josh. If that's let me see.
William J. White and Richard.
Just because he founded it don't mean he owned it. He might have got
That's
bought
a
up.
fact, Kurt.
definitely
That's
two
why I'm
different
looking it
Yeah,
up.
that's why I feel like when they say historically black, they said they got like 20 shareholders now in a board. It's like owned by 20 shareholders.
Mom Duke said Wilberforce in Ohio is black owned.
What is it?
Wilberforce University.
I think that's the one I had looked up one day. The only one. I think it's like private or something like that. I think Morehouse come from like a Baptist church background. Established 1867. Boom, boom, and there was like boom.
The Fur Cohen.
Anchored by his main is a private historically black.
Morehouse is actually one of the most like even the shareholders is mostly black to today.
Yeah, they got their shit together. I think Dr. King went there. Samuel Jackson went there. A bunch of
They got 8
notable
trustees and they all got.
alumni.
It looked like Morehouse.
But they talk about who the fuck is this guy? William White.
William Jefferson Wright, American civil rights leader, minister, educator, and journalist. He was the founder of Harmony Baptist Church. And okay, so
This guy
yeah,
was half white, half African American. The one William Jefferson White.
okay. So he yeah, he look official though. He look official, Josh.
Yeah.
So Morehouse got one. He look official. That comes from the Harmony Baptist Church in Augusta in 1869. Look, check this out though. This is what I'm talking about, right? He was born in 1831. He was the founder of Harmony Baptist Church in Augusta, Georgia in 1869. Churches in 1860, Augusta Institute. So we'll say he was a founder and was a trustee of both schools. He was a founder in 1880 and managing Georgia Baptist leading African newspaper. Nah, he was official. He was official. He had a lot going on. But he did all this in 1869. When was slavery abolished? 1865, right? So he did all this 4 years after slavery?
That's crazy.
See what I'm saying? That's a different group of black people. His father was white. That's the key, though. I'm looking at his picture. I felt like that. His father was white. I'm looking at his picture. He looked like a old white man. But his father was white. And his mother
African American and Native American.
Nah, look what it say, Noah. His mother had African American and Native American ancestors. It don't say that she was black.
Yes.
It don't say that she was black. It
He looks
says
very white. Even in the colorized pictures, he looks pretty
he
white.
could pass for white and
Yeah.
called himself black. I'm not mad at that. I'm not gonna hate on him. I'm not gonna
Look at
talk.
the colorized picture.
See what I'm saying?
That was
That's a
white.
white man. But that's a white man. This is what research do, Kurt.
Generations ago.
This is what research do. That's a white man. But he got the mentality of a black man.
He was civil rights. Yeah.
I'm rocking with him. He got the mentality of a black man. He used his complexion for the connection to benefit black people. So I'm rocking with him.
He was a good white man.
It's all centered around.
He was a good white man. He was a good white man, though. I'm not gonna hate Josh. I ain't hating on him, Josh. I ain't hating on him, man. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 all the time. All the time, bro.
But that's
I'm gonna
crazy.
take that back about Morehouse. I'm gonna take that back about Morehouse, man.
You
Because
could
it's
read
all
his
about the
own
mental
opinion.
first anyway. Because you, like Kurt, you said earlier, these house niggas. I was saying that about. That's how I felt about Kamala. Yeah, she got brown skin, but she not black. Mental.
Don't
Did you
identify
read his
as.
Wikipedia page? It says his father was white and his mother had African American and Native American ancestors. He could pass for white and called himself black. What? So that he's definitely not black if his Wikipedia page says he called himself black.
I kept reading, though. That's why I was like, hold on. It says she had ancestors that was African American and Native American.
Yeah, don't we all?
But it does say his mother was a slave.
That's crazy.
It does say his mother was a slave. But he never was a slave. He was taught to read by his mother. She got privileges. She obviously didn't look white neither.
don't know,
I
how
mean,
does
look
that
black
work?
neither.
For people that was half white, half black back then, I didn't even know there was people that was like, unless it was through rape or some shit. Like I didn't know there was people that was half white, half
No,
black.
the slave masters were going out there having sex with the slaves, of course, having babies, having mulatto babies, and they'll bring the mulatto babies in the house.
And they wouldn't be slaves. The mulatto babies wouldn't be slaves.
They still were slaves, but they was house niggas. All the light skin, that's what started the whole light skin, dark skin beef. All the light skinned black people were in the house.
Get to stay inside.
And they ate better. And they got to stay inside, but they were still slaves. But the slave master would have sex with them whenever he wanted. All the pretty red bone Africans, you know what I mean?
That's crazy.
When we back Sunday,
With the kids.
we back with the kids on Sunday. The YG is back in the building.
And White learned to make printers, wooden furniture, which helped him in his later journalism career. He never formally attended college, but did take part in courses at Augusta Institute, which he helped found in 1889.
Founding a
Which-
university without an education.
Was given an honorary degree of Doctor of Divinity by State University of Kentucky.
So Wilbur first was the first one because it was founded in 1856. Thank you, Miles.
That's before slavery was abolished. That's
Yes.
before slavery was abolished.
Well, it's up north. It's in Ohio. Yeah.
Education. He was forcing education. You know? Because if you can't learn to read and write, you can't learn to basically do nothing. I mean, not in the changing world. So they push education. Yeah, what they doing now, I don't know what they doing.
I ain't gonna lie. I zoomed in that pic. I zoomed in on that picture. No, he definitely, that's a white man. I zoomed in on that. That's a white man right there.
I thought it was just because the picture's black and white. I thought I was just making an assumption.
It's helping him out.
Well, I got a bias in that regard. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I got
I'm
twin
rocking with him
brothers.
though. I'm rocking with him. I'm gonna give that to us.
I got twin brothers that one is white and one is brown skin. You know what I'm saying? But they still from my father's loins. You know, his complexion, one of them complexion just came out white. He looked like the Unabomber.
Okay, so Morehouse is named after Henry Lyman Morehouse, corresponding secretary of American Baptist Home Mission. He's definitely a white man. He look like slave master. Yeah, he definitely a white man.
Yeah.
It probably was his family, his mother and them slave master for real, for real. He probably named it after them. Okay. That was some good info right there though. That's what's up. I ain't mad at that. Shout out to William White. What was his name? Jeffrey?
Jefferson.
Shout out to him. Let's take like 3 comments and be out, man. And no just hit me, said, "Damn, how you keep going around my comments?" And no, I'm not in charge of the comments. I'm not in charge of the comments, man. That's Will.
Man, help me out. He said, "Look at me," and I didn't go to school. What the fuck I'm supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that?
Hey, you know what's so crazy though? Look at me and I didn't go to school.
What the fuck I'm supposed to do with that?
Look at you where? Hey,
I'm waiting for the follow-up.
Nah.
You ain't tell us if you was a trucker, if you was a doctor.
Man, he know how to do everything, man. It's sad how skilled he is, man. For real. He know how to do all that, bro. He know how to do all that.
It's all love, family.
He know how to build decks and houses and, man, work on trucks and all that, bro. You know what I mean? From his pops and his brother and them, they literally build houses and all that. He from Louisiana too.
I see it now. N.O. L.A.
Yeah. He from Louisiana too, and he's definitely very skilled, bro. He definitely could get out here and just start an LLC and just go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Louisiana American.
Yeah, Louisiana American, Louisiana. He said, "I'm Louisiana American." Kurt said that nigga can't read and write. Damn, Kurt. Damn.
And he sounded regular. He
pimping.
Damn near well spoken. He ain't no scholar or nothing, but he got his point across.
Kurt said he pimping and everything, man.
Man, that's hard. We are our own worst enemy, Kurt.
And it's been like that.
You got anything else? What's that? Look at me on. That's the same comment.
This is the last one. Check out the board of directors of all these colleges, while all the black students take pride in calling themselves Greeks.
Yeah, that's you know what? That's a topic for next time. But I do want, why are the black colleges, why we don't have our own black fraternities? Why are we joining Greek fraternities? That's what I would like to know. Why historically black colleges have Greek fraternities?
Good question.
Dawood, that's our topic for next. That's what we starting with next episode. Next episode.
I heard a statement that kind of relates to that. These Moorish guys, they sell the feds and the African garb and stuff. And the one dude said, "No, I ain't gonna wear no feds pants because I ain't no Moor." He said, "So make this make sense. You wear Gucci and you ain't Gucci. You ain't Fendi, but you'll wear Fendi. And you damn sure ain't Michael Jordan, but I guarantee you got a whole closet full of them Jordans. We won't support each other. It's been like that since slavery."
Man, listen, man. No, I'm telling you, no. We was a hell of a people fresh out of slavery.
When we had to be.
Slavery was abolished in 1865. This man did that in 1869. But we was forced to be that. You know what I'm saying? Because the government wasn't giving us nothing. They didn't get anything. The government didn't even recognize us until 1950, 1960s. You know what I'm saying? But even though they dropped bombs on everything we created, all the communities we created them on our own without their help. That's what made them so mad. It wasn't nothing but hate. They hated it because they didn't understand how black people had furniture that looked like them, more luxurious stuff than them. Black people was shitting on white people. Them homes, the furniture, white people literally ran into black people's homes in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and stole their furniture, stole their jewelry, stole shit out their homes, burglarized their homes before they dropped bombs and killed them all, and after they killed them.
Hold on, man. I know about to start a federal case. He want to see my face.
What happened?
He said, "Who the person just only has a voice?" I'm Vlad. Nigga.
Bree
Yeah,
said,
man. Huh?
Bree said she knows a bartender that made $85K last year working 4 nights a week, no degree. That's really where the money out in New
We
York.
all need to learn how to mix.
Well,
shit.
yeah, that the bartending, yeah.
Lawyer, for real.
Yeah.
But I had hated my life. Like working as a bartender is so much harder than like being a lawyer in terms of the labor of it.
Yeah, you messed around with it for a little bit, right?
Yeah, I worked in restaurants and bars for like a year almost, and I was dying. Like it was just I was working all the time.
That's probably because you was standing up all the time.
Yeah, and they had to make me wear heels and shit, and I was up to 4 a.m. Like it was horrible.
And that shit is off the books.
Working from home as a lawyer.
And that shit off the books.
Pay taxes if you want to.
Yeah, and the tips is crazy in New York.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm
I
gone.
could have definitely made more money if I had.
Or you go to the military like Kurt Bloodline did. And Kurt Jr. flying planes and shit, ain't got no kids and make 100-something thousand a year. He free as a bird to do whatever. Get free disability, all types of stuff.
And his whole idea is fucked
That's
up.
what I would say. Go to the military and get an education. I even talked to Eli about it. I'm like, yo, I spoke to Eli about it. Yo, why don't you go to the military?
The one thing about the
5
military.
years.
It's one thing about the military that I kind of advocated for my son is because
not
he
like
wanted
us.
to go to the military. Number one, he wanted to be military because the 3 generations before him was military. But especially in peacetime, you get to travel the world for free, and you're able to expand your horizons as opposed to how Americans live, how they live over in Greece, how they live over in Germany. You know what I'm saying? So he was able to go to a lot of different countries and learn a lot of other different shit that he won't learn from American society. You know, so it allows you that opportunity if you're in peacetime. Now, if it's in wartime, it's a whole different process. You know, you got to learn to survive. You know what I'm saying? But
Appreciate it, N.O.
We back on Sunday with the
kids,
YGs.
with the young boys.
Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. It'll notify you when we
young
go on
boys.
live again. It's gonna be Sunday for sure. Waiting for boss to tell us what time though.
Yeah, no.
skating Sunday is my skate night.
Boss, no.
I thought I get kicked out when the boys come.
That's all I got.
All right, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us. We had fun tonight, man. The chat was live. The discussions was dope. We gotta get back to it.
Active today.
Y'all made me late. Y'all made me late to pick up this load.
Oh shoot.
No, you made too late. You should have went live and got in your truck like I do when I get in my car.
They be all right.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, yeah, and we'll send you the link. You can hop on with us, ain't no problem. I don't know about Sunday is for the young. No, you can hop on and ask us some questions if you want to. We'll open it up.
Some questions.
I'll tune in and out. I'll come for a little Q&A.
Where O at? Where O at, man?
He
O
went
call
down
me a
to
coon.
talk to his little Chinese friend long.
Oh man, you let them niggas know where you live, no?
He lets everybody know where we live.
It's time to move, Nora.
Put up them 80s.
I moved out of Brooklyn because of him. I had literally people telling me I can't walk in the street. I moved out of the whole borough. Now I got
I'll be damn.
She said I moved out of the whole borough.
BJ,
I see that flag.
that's my daddy flag.
Yo,
I got my I got my
I'm
granddaddy
a white
flag in my
supremacist.
bed.
I'm a white supremacist, no.
I don't even know what the logo is now. It's just-
You go.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. We
Much.
gone. See y'all Sunday. Thanks,
Bye.
Mom. She said very good podcast. Great job.
Appreciate it, y'all.
Go to work, Django.
I'm out.
We
Go
outta
to
here.
work.